Okay, we should be live now. And post, and post, and ping. You just got pinged. Enjoy it.
Oh, fuck, not again.
Yeah, it happens. It happens often. More often than you'd think.
We do that pretty often.
At least once a
Do
week,
this
yeah.
every single week.
I know. Okay, alright.
Yeah, I think I've realized I have a complaint about Lady Galaxy's name.
Oh, okay.
It should be Andromeda.
I'm just annoyed because that's actually good.
Right?
Well, you got me there. Alright.
Good
We
one.
have to commit at this point. No, tell you.
Okay, let me see here. This is good. This is good. Alright, and then change this to say Pandora Hearts. Volumes 17 and 18 this week. Ari already read it. We know this.
Do you think she read him again?
Fuck no.
Oh my god, it occurred to me that you're ahead of Ari now.
That is true. That is true. That means you're going to be first.
Oh god.
Which means Ari can't complain anymore about being first.
I get things off to the worst possible start, I promise.
Oh, I'm waiting for it.
That just means you gotta change your name to Lady Andromeda, and then you're back where you were.
It's gonna be a good free show.
Welcome, Shino. Okay, let's see here.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a few things happen all at once. I'll try to remember the details. I'm gonna need some help though, but I believe I understand what has happened.
Sorry.
Huh?
You're not
What?
getting any help from me.
Okay, well,
Well, what happened is we retconned the first 15 novels.
all of them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Novels?
Sorry, volumes.
I mean,
Shadow
that's
with
not
the
incorrect.
actually.
These are graphic novels.
That is true. See, counter actually. It's the battle of the actuallys.
Oh no, my greatest enemy.
You know, the only thing that can beat Dio Stan is another Stan that has the same power but can punch harder. You know, that's just how it works.
You're not wrong.
Like a tanning lamp.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hello.
Welcome, Ari. Okay, let's see. I believe this is everybody then, right? Yeah, we're live.
Hi.
Hi, are you
Okay,
dying?
Everything keeps happening all at once.
Tell me
Yeah.
about it.
Yup. This week is really something.
Okay, Ari, I have a thing I need to say.
Yeah?
I want to say I just noticed your name now, but I also feel like I've already said this exact question last
You have.
said
You
that last
do that
week.
last
Yeah,
week?
Yes.
yes. This is a bit that we did last week
Oops.
too.
Oh my god.
Somebody had
Okay.
Eventually, Shadow
amnesia.
will remember that Ari has a custom name for this series. Eventually, this will be learned.
That's gonna be as soon as we end.
Yes. No. It's when we finish watching the anime. In like 10 months from now.
Alright, now we just have to wait for the ad breaks to end, and then we can begin. And we have everybody here though, right? We're not missing anybody? Yeah, this is
I
pretty
think
much
so.
everybody.
I don't think so.
Okay, I think we are good then, but we just gotta wait for the ads to be done.
Unfortunately, everyone's here.
Oh, I can go.
No, I mean Andy's not here technically.
Oh.
And Coda. Where's Coda?
Oh, well. Right.
Yeah.
Coda,
yeah.
Coda read all of Pandora
She's
Hearts,
been
right?
keeping up with the reading, right?
Yeah.
We'll just wait for Coda.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, we gotta ping her too. Make sure she knows.
Don't actually. I swear to God.
Do it, coward.
Well, what are you gonna do? Hey, what are you gonna do if I do it, huh?
I'm like,
What
I'm
are you
not
gonna
gonna
do?
anything,
Can't
it's
do
a
anything.
problem.
Tell me what I can and can't do in my own goddamn server.
You're powerless.
I sure am.
I thought you were Shadow.
This is what we're
Well,
gonna do, Dakota.
I'm that too.
Dang. Oh my gosh, no. There's 2 people streaming my demo at the exact same time.
While we're doing this, oh.
While during book club.
Hold on, wait. I'll start streaming it now too. Let's go. I'll just be playing it in the corner while we discuss this week's volume.
It's like one of those like stim.
Yeah.
Things where they have, like 30,000 gifts going up.
We'll have Subway Surfers here, the demo over here. Please be happy over here.
Dear God, why would you do this, Jeff?
We'll have one of those blingy gifts of Break and Emily over here.
You're right. I should replay. Please be happy.
Demo available now.
It is available now, from what I understand. Put Ari's demo as the 8th VC member. So we'll have that as the 8th, and then the 9th will be that image of Break I still have that I didn't delete.
All right.
I've hidden it, but it is still he is still there, and he is placed perfectly for the amount of people that we have currently. So he's there. All right. I think we are ready to begin, gamers. Let's get started then. Welcome everybody to another exciting week of the Anime Book Club here on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick all at the same time. Thursday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Here we're going to be continuing our discussions about Pandora Hearts, the manga, specifically this week 17 and 18 volumes. But before we get into that, let's introduce our guests that we have this week. In alphabetical order, as usual, we're starting with Andromeda. Introduce yourself.
Hi, that's me. My name's Marianne, or Anne, whichever you prefer. My recommendation this week is going to be... been replaying Who is the Red Queen with my girlfriend, so I'm gonna go with that.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Yay!
Go check that out if you are interested in that.
Oh shit, that's right, you did that.
Wait, did you forget that? Did you forget? Also, what is this
Didn't
banging?
think
We
about
keep
it
hearing a
at all.
banging from you.
I wish I knew.
Is it just like a neighbor making noise and you're just like, I have no power over this?
Yeah.
Well,
The walls, and
because it almost sounds like it's just you banging on your table fucking with us, but it's...
I don't even have a table in this room.
All right, well,
yeah, there is no table.
good luck with that.
There is no fridge.
Good luck with that. Next up, Arimia Alice. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Arimia. I like shonen shit. My recommendation this week is I caught up on Tales of the 100 Monsters Next Door, which is interesting translation of this one manga that's like a supernatural yokai thing where this guy ends up accidentally going to the yokai night market, and this old man has to help him, and he accidentally falls in love at first sight. But it's really just more of the two of them just figuring out supernatural things. The art's nice. The pacing's kind of weird from chapter to chapter. Where it just kind of like a chapter will end and you're like, oh, okay. Because the next one just starts as like a completely different like episode or whatever. But it's nice. It's good. It's getting a official translation in November.
Ooh. Yippee! All right. Thank you so much for that. Check that out if you are interested in that. Next up, Aztec. Introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Aztec. I love bad media, including isekai and other things. Recommendation this week. I played the new Donkey Kong for a couple hours. That was pretty fun. Kind of feels like it's made specifically for people with ADHD, but
Hell yeah. Let's go. All right. So are you like really far into it though, or was it just like a little bit?
I've played literally 2 hours of it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I watched a streamer play it a little bit, and I was interested in it, and then I remembered I don't have a Switch 2, and I don't really feel like spending all of the money for a Switch 2. But maybe one day. Maybe one day. Alright, well, thank you so much for that, Aztec. Next up, me, Pandora Borg, aka Wolfborg, aka Chaplin, aka the best anime book club host ever of all time. This is undeniable, okay? Ask any other anime book club host. You can't find them. It's just me. I would recommend... I had an actual recommendation, and then I looked over to my left at my copy of Sword Art Online, because I started reading that again, and now I can't remember what my actual other recommendation was. I know what I was going to recommend. I would recommend the Rift Runners VTuber card game, which I just got my booster boxes of the other day, and I've gone through all of them. It seems like a very, very interesting VTuber TCG. I have not actually played a match with anybody yet, but I now understand the rules. You can buy all the cards through Rift Runners, or you can play it for free through Tabletop Sim. I believe all of the cards are available on there if you want to test it out through that. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. It's pretty cool. I actually recognized some of the VTubers that are in the game. I was surprised at the number of them I actually recognized. So go check that out. And also check out the Sword Art Online light novels, okay? Those are good too. Anyways, that's me. Next up, Sinner Shino. Introduce yourself.
I'm Shino, the resident cute girl enjoyer. My recommendation for this week is, I guess, manga called Kamina Botan. It's a really trippy Yuri series about alcohol, and apparently it's getting an anime, so that's nice.
Ooh, interesting. What was it called?
Kamina Botan.
Okay,
I'll
all
type
right.
it in the chat.
Thank you. All right, check that out if you are interested in that. Next up, Sinnerman V4. Introduce yourself.
I'm Shao. The thing I recommend is sleep.
That's important. It's important to get. I need to catch up on it. Okay, I'm working on it. It's good. I hear the gameplay.
That's actually not true.
I hear the
sleep
game
is
replay
bad for
value
you.
is important. You know, I hear it's very good. That's what I hear. You know, the game loop, the DLC, and all that. Yeah. You're saying it's bad
DLC.
for me? Why is it bad for me?
Because you're practicing dying.
Well,
Uh,
this is getting very philosophical. I was trying to think of a witty comeback, and all of it would make it more philosophical, and I don't know if we want to get into that.
you imply you don't want to be more philosophical. Chap.
I don't really.
Don't be a wuss, chap. Let's go full in. Go.
What
full
else do you
on.
got for a shadow? Is that it? Is that all you got?
I got shit. Sorry.
All right, cool, amazing. Thank you so much for that, Shadow. Last but not least, Emily Fan Club. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I am the Emily Fan Club president, and this week I recommend download all your games. If you got games, just download them all. Just buy a new hard drive. Who cares?
Just buy
Everything's
a cheap.
going to shit anyways.
Just buy a cheap
Download
jump
all
drive.
your games. Every single game that you own, just put them on a hard drive.
You got itch? That's all DRM free. You don't know how long that's gonna last. Just get 'em now. Get 'em now. My game's got over 200 downloads today because people are rushing to download everything.
What's going on here? Hold on.
Don't worry about it, Shadow. Just download everything.
Things have happened. If you're listening to this and had a big library on itch.io, it might already be too late, but don't worry about that, okay? Just
No, just go
Download
crash the
everything.
servers. No.
well. All right. Anything else, Baguetti?
No.
All right, fair enough. Thank you so much. All right, and that is everybody. So, let's begin this week's discussion about Pandora Hearts Volume 17 and 18. Primarily flashback background info stuff. There's a little bit of development in the current situation happening, but the bulk of it is trying to set up what happened with Jack and Glenn and Lacey / Alice. What is the deal with all of that? We got a lot of information about that because we basically got to see the sequence of events mostly unfold for what has occurred then. Because we ended last week with the big betrayal from Jack taking over Oz's body and killing, or not killing, stabbing through. We don't actually know if he's dead or whatever yet. Stabbing through the current Glenn, Leo. I was trying to remember his name because I know he's Glenn now, but I was trying to remember his name. Well, because we spent this week not talking about Leo at all. I don't remember if Leo's name came up at all this week, you know?
He's one of your favorite characters and you already forgot his name?
Favorite character?
I liked Elliot more. Leo's good, but Elliot was better, and Elliot's dead, so, you know, I'm just saying.
They're good together.
Couldn't be that much better.
Listen.
Wow.
I don't want to hear it, okay? Listen, you read the wrong volumes last week, all right? So, I now have the understanding of why you successfully read through all of those volumes last week before realizing you got it wrong.
I literally, I was like, oh wow, I forgot that I didn't realize this flashback happened so soon. And after this, they're gonna have to kill off Elliot. Have you seen? There's this post. I forget if it was like a tweet or a Tumblr post or something where this guy was on a plane and they picked a movie that the description said it was like a Godzilla movie, and they were watching it, and the post was like, yeah, so I picked this movie that said it was Godzilla, and I got through the entire thing, and it turned out to actually be a like a Korean romance movie or something. And the whole time I was watching it, I was going, oh man, this struggle is so sad. And then they're gonna have to fight Godzilla at the end. That was me in the entire.
I think that was a Tumblr post because I remember that.
I'm just imagining them at their wedding and then Godzilla comes out.
Movies if it was good.
Because I have the nice omnibus version, so both the volumes are just in one volume.
Yeah.
So I read the entire thing. It's like, man, and then they're gonna have to kill off Elliot at the end of this. So that's my struggle.
Wow. Well, at least we definitely know you definitely did do the reading for this week because you did it last week. So you know that's always good to know.
You did most of it though, and not all of it, or I forgot.
I mean, I feel like it's probably a fair assumption that Ari then later finished whatever reading they might not have finished because she already read most of it. It's probably a fair assumption to make.
No,
okay?
I literally read the entire thing.
Oh, okay, all
And
right.
then I went back and read last week. So for last week.
All right. Well, so so the reason why that happened was just like because it was all flashback stuff, and so we dove right from the beginning into Jack meeting Lacey, Alice's mother. I'm still trying to piece together in my head what the lore. So, from what I understand, Lacey is supposed to be Alice's mother, but Alice was actually born after Lacey died and was in the abyss or something.
Yeah. So Lacey was dropped into the abyss and gave birth in the abyss to
You see, in
Alice
this
and
universe,
Alice.
Same.
life begins at conception.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
When a lady abyss and a gentleman abyss fall in love.
When a fucked up and creepy previous Glenn, meets a Lacey, and there was a lot of weird things going on with whatever was happening with those two. I
point out the motherfucker's name is literally just evil backwards.
Was that really his name? I wasn't paying
Don't
attention.
say
Levi?
that.
Levi?
Yeah.
Don't say that.
Except,
Take
if
it
you
back.
spelled it correctly.
Do you know how to spell Levi?
You don't spell it right?
It's an anagram for evil. Okay, I understand.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Which tracks.
We'll save face for that.
Which I mean, it tracks though, because you have Lacey and Alice. So I listen, Aztec. I'm with you. Okay, I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you.
Look, I'm saying he is both fucked up and evil.
That's
He's
true. He
Derek's
is.
favorite guy.
It's
fucked
true.
up and
It's true.
Levi.
Well, we
He's
do
fucked
know
up
he
and evil.
canonically fucked.
That's true. He did do that. He did do that. I was concerned for a bit because I was like, wait, how old is Lacey? Because she looks pretty fucking young, but I don't actually know if she like aged on from the initial scene when she meets
like
Jack.
20 something, wasn't she? I
Okay.
thought they said like she was 20.
I do not believe we were given that information.
Maybe I'm just making it better in my head.
No, like I don't doubt it because of the outfits that they were having her wear just look very fancy and adult-like. But I just remember the initial scene where she's meeting Jack for the first time, and I'm like, she's pretty fucking young here. But then we had like a time skip happen anyways, so that
Isn't it,
might
like,
account for
8
that.
years later?
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Look, Aztec.
you have something to say, Aztec?
Evil backwards is live.
Sorry, is that...
That's true. And Lacey did not in fact live, so
Yeah.
neither did Levi eventually, right? I'd imagine
she was
because they had to
just
go in
asleep.
afterwards. What's what? Oh, she's just asleep. Yeah. Don't worry, she'll be fine. She'll be fine.
Just
Yeah, she'll
Um,
wake up soon.
So
Got the big sleep.
Jack had a rough time growing up, and met Lacey at a very low point. We're seeing him like just in an alley, all dirty and like abandoned looking, and then he meets Lacey, and Lacey's just like has escaped out of where they had her for a bit so she can just have fun, and she met Jack, and then after their encounter together with how she was treating him, he immediately became her simp for life, or white knight, or however you want to word it. Pretty much the rest of his life was devoted towards Lacey.
Yeah, I was not expecting the Jack Vesalius incel arc.
He's just like, listen, I don't really care if you have feelings for me or not. I just want to exist at your side forever. And he worked himself up. He was born in the Versailles family. Fuck, I'm forgetting how you say the name of the fucking
One
family
day.
now too.
One day we'll get it.
Vesalius.
Vesalius or
Vesalius?
Versailles? Vesalius? See,
Yeah,
everyone,
we've
see.
been saying Vesalius.
Okay, listen. All right, so he was born. He was born with the blood of that family, but he was like a child with what's the word? A mistress or whatever.
Mistress?
That
He was
yeah.
like a bastard child, wasn't he?
Yeah. So he was not really accepted, really. His mom had hoped that the child would mean that, you know, the father would come back, and it seemed like he still wanted nothing to do with them, and so she just began to hate Jack, and so, you know, it really kind of fucked up Jack. And then when he meets Lacey, you know, it's betrayed in a way that it makes sense for, like, the first encounter where, like, they're really nice to him and treat him like a person that can actually be looked at. You know, it's shown as more understanding for why he would become obsessed. But he does become obsessed to a insane degree, in a way. But, you know, he may or may not be the bad guy now, and it may or may not be because of all that. But you know what? He's
perfectly normal.
He's perfectly healthy. All right, another person with another trauma coping mechanism, very healthy. Here we have the trauma makes you want to latch onto the first thing that makes you feel better about life, the obsession of that or whatever. So we have another layer of that kind of thing, because that, again, we've talked about this before. The main thing that is noticed for this for me is every character has a different set of trauma, different levels of experience for how they want to handle the trauma, and then the different, like, results of that. So now we're having this kind of bit of it.
None of them have actually good coping mechanisms.
No, yeah, listen.
I don't know. Oz seems fine.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, he's doing all right.
When Oz is your baseline standard for normal,
you have
everything's okay.
You have Jack, who's like obsessing.
Is that not supposed to be the case?
Nothing is wrong.
Meanwhile, Alice's way to cope with things is just to be like, no, I'm just gonna focus on your life instead of mine. And I'm just like, okay, well, I don't know if that's healthy either. I would also like to hear about your story, so maybe you should be worried about your memories or whatever. But she's like, no, I just want to focus on your story. Oh, I just hit the mic. I apologize. I did not mean to hit you. Okay, I apologize.
Ow.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so Jack, rough time. And then he years later, after that encounter, he's building himself up to, I don't know how he did it, but he seemed to have built himself up to actually be considered a member of the high society, to be able to become more of a part of these social gatherings, I guess, so that he could eventually find Lacey. I don't know how that was possible, given that his father just rejected the fact that the mistress was a thing anymore, and the child. I don't know if maybe it was just a whole thing of, like, technically he's royal blood, so he's allowed to be a part of these things as long as he actually brings it up or whatever. I don't know how that works in this world.
I assumed he took Alice's, or Lacey's advice about being a male prostitute.
Oh, I completely forgot that was a lie, and I was like, what the fuck is going on with this?
That is 100% what I took from that, to be like, oh, so he just started sucking up to rich and powerful people in a probably
He started sucking, yeah.
Oh boy. Oh, but yeah, so that was
much of malarkey to me.
Yeah, so they met up. They had a time out in the town. They were attacked for a bit by random people who were just, I guess they're just people in this town who's just like, hey, look at that couple. What if we beat the shit out of one of them and then sold the other one to slavery? What if we did that? And then this is where we got to see Lacey bringing out the chain powers and killing them all with a smile on her face. Very normal. Like mother, like daughter, like you know, all of that. And then we go into, all right, bye. And then it just flashes into, like, what was it, 8 years later, where Jack eventually finds where Alice is. Lacey. Sorry. See, it's happening again. Like with Jack and Oz, I kept saying the name wrong. Now I'm getting Lacey and Alice wrong. Okay, listen. Okay, they look like the
Look, they're
exact
two
same
very
fucking
different
character.
characters coming out.
You're lucky I'm exhausted today because I'd be pointing out every time.
Yeah, I know
there's
you would
first
be. Okay,
Beatrice, and
you
then
don't
there's
have
the
to though.
second Beatrice.
Oh my god. I think there was more than one Beatrice. There might have been several. I don't know.
There were 3.
There was like 6 battlers. There was a lot.
6 battlers. Oh
Don't
my
worry about
god.
it.
Yes, we had a very familiar looking character in this one today too.
Yeah. And we did have a different Glenn appear. The Glenn before the Glenn that we had previously known. Who I believe we said his name was Levi. I believe that was the point of discussion we had earlier. Was that character's name, Levi, or is that a
No,
different
he
character?
was evil.
Oh
Evil.
yeah,
Evil.
sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
obviously.
Yeah, he's
Every-
actually Evil Knievel.
Every villain is lemons. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Levi Ackerman. He's at it again.
So we had that Glenn be introduced as a new character. I think I remembered writing in the spoiler zone. I was like, wow, we actually get Alice backstory. This Mochizuki came into the chat and said, hey guys, I wrote up some Alice backstory for you guys. I heard your complaints last week, so here's some Alice backstory. And I'm like, oh yay, hell yeah, let's go. And then Mochizuki said, oh yeah, but also I added a new female character, okay? Have another psychopath, because why not? This is, so we also had a new character, what was her name? Miranda? Who's just like, yeah, so I just want to cut off his head, make him mine, hang out with his decapitated head,
Mochizuki does seem to have one very specific idea of what women are like.
Look, you guys say all this, but all I can say is, get you the kind of woman that will actually kill you. Okay, I'm winning.
No, that's fair.
okay,
Decapitation, yay.
I'm gonna need you guys to
Listen, she just likes riding women. Likes decapitation.
Alright, I'm gonna need you guys to
That's just how she writes women.
I'm gonna need you guys to
Wait, what's the
continue
other
discussion.
example of a character?
What? What other example?
Like, is there a second decapitating woman I'm unaware of?
Yeah.
I don't know what decapitation
She's right
specifically,
behind
but
you.
I just know that they're all like every other woman in this series is like crazy in some kind of way. I don't know if any of them else did decapitation stuff, but
Well, Lottie is perfectly sane.
very sane. Yeah, very sane. I'm gonna need you guys to continue the discussion without me for a second. There is a giant fucking moth flying in my fucking face, and I need to do something about this. I'll be right
Oh, we got a
back.
new book club member.
No.
Are you gonna
no.
introduce him?
No.
It's Mothman.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
No? Okay.
So what did you think of the reading?
The moth doesn't know how to read.
I'd be shocked.
I feel like this is going to be a short-lived book club member.
It's a moth. It's probably pretty short-lived.
They say they really like the lights in here, though.
Oh, that's nice.
No. You see, they're one of the Baskervilles. We can see the glowing lights.
Are you telling me the Baskervilles are real?
I didn't say that.
I did. Yeah, they're real.
This book is real.
Oh, okay.
Based on a true story, actually.
Okay, yay.
Much like Umineko.
So
Somebody
see, there
wrote
was
it. They wouldn't
this
lie to you.
This urban legend about this hound that chases them, and
Urban legend.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm still only halfway through with the Hound of Baskervilles.
How are you finding it?
Wow.
It's fine so far. It is a lot. It is not a lot longer,
It's
but it
the
is longer
best
than the
one.
previous ones, which surprised me. Because like the previous
Best
two,
one.
the first and second Sherlock novels are like very short
They're
reads,
pretty
like
short, yeah.
yeah, like under 3 hours, I would say. But Hound of the Baskervilles is actually like a novel, and I'm like, oh, I can't finish this in
Best.
like a couple hours. So I'm slowly getting through it. I wonder what our moth friend thinks of the Baskervilles.
They really like the lights in the story. That's their favorite part.
Yeah, the
Well-
glowing lights.
They love that
No.
those gas lamps. They're really swell.
There are no gas lamps in that story.
Oh, the street lights.
You know, I gotta
Nah.
say,
Thanks,
Jeff is
Aztec.
waiting time to kill his goddamn moth. Like, wow, it's taking him forever.
That's really.
Why would-
He's just trying to
Why
let
would he
it,
kill it? He's just letting it outside, I'm
let it
sure.
out.
I know, Jeff doesn't seem merciful to me.
Well, it's not like you're helping him.
But it did that.
Dang.
I'm not merciful, okay? But this
I told
moth,
you.
this moth is fucking with me. It was flying up in my face earlier, and now I don't know where the fuck it's gone. It has disappeared from existence.
cat
Oh, it's
together.
over there.
Turning off all your lights.
Maybe. I swear to
And
God,
your
it's
computer.
gonna start flying in front of me later, and I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Okay, I don't know where this guy is. I don't know where he went. I can't.
It's right
so
there.
The moth is still winning.
He's
He
right
got
here.
he actually
The moth
won.
is right there. Why can't you see it?
All right, this ain't about the moth. Okay, this is about evil Levi and
The Hound of the Baskervilles.
yeah,
You
of
can
course.
Ask him what he thinks of the abyss.
What do you think of the abyss?
I wanted to know what the moth
See-
thought.
It seems like a cool place to me, honestly.
Yeah,
You know,
it
a nice,
has
quiet
neat
place.
toys.
Neat toys.
I can file my taxes in peace.
You can file your tax.
It's
This
really
is what you
not
want to
as cool
do.
as you think. I've been there before.
Oh, that's impressive,
Keeps
actually.
staring at me for some reason.
Yeah, the abyss does. that.
Okay, to be fair, you did start it.
It's true. That is true. Okay. The backstory stuff. With the okay. What was going on with this? Glenn had Lacey with the plan being to do a experiment regarding chains with Lacey.
Okay, well, wait. Let's not call any of these people Glenn. Okay, there's Levi.
Okay,
who's
Levi.
the oldest one that we know of. Then there's
Levi,
Oswald,
okay.
who is Lacey's brother.
Oh
older
yes, I
brother.
forgot that was the Glenn we knew before. His name is Oswald.
Yes. So
Which
the black-haired dude that has been looking evil this entire time is Oswald, Lacey's brother.
Evil.
right.
And then there's Leo that we have now in present day, but in the flashback it's Levi and Oswald.
So
I think we should refer to them all as Glenn.
True. So Glenn 1, Glenn 2, and Glenn did that. So it went Levi, then Oswald, then now Leo is the current order we understand things.
So would Gil be Glenn 2.5?
I was gonna ask about that because I was kind of
How does Kingdom Hearts do its titles?
Yeah, true. I'm a bit confused because now and perhaps perhaps it was clarified and I just wasn't sure. How does Gil actually fit into the Glenn lineage thing here? Because it seems
good question. Anyways,
Glenn picks a child and over the years like slowly transfers their chains to them for reasons.
Yep. Okay.
And I think Gil got like the Raven, and then it got interrupted.
Okay.
Well, what I think it is that it's because you see the Baskervilles or anyone who like sees those lights and stuff.
Right.
So it has to be a Baskerville to be the next Glenn, and then if that person has a what was it, a child of ill omen or something?
Oh, that,
Which is supposed to be what the children with red eyes or something? Is that what that is?
Yeah,
or is that
the
different?
sibling.
Okay.
They have to have the next Glenn has to have a sibling with that, and that's how they find the next Glenn.
Okay.
So that's why Vincent was doing all that stuff, because Vincent would be that.
Okay,
Gil.
okay. Right.
And so for Oswald, that's Lacey.
Okay.
So in order to finish the Glen ritual, that next Glen has to cast down their sibling, who is the child of ill omen, or child of omen or whatever, to the abyss, which is what happened to Lacey.
Okay.
Because reasons. Because that's how to keep order in the world.
So
Fuck them kids, that's why.
So Gil never became the new Glenn because Gil never sent Vincent into the abyss, essentially, right? Is that what that means?
No, because they never
He also
went
only
through
got
the
like
process.
1 of 5 rituals.
Yeah, because they have to go through. They have to swap over the chains. Because when we go into the flashback, and Jack finally meets Lacey again, when he meets Oswald, Oswald only has like what 4 out of 5 of the chains. And it's like the Jabberwocky or something that's the last one to be transferred. And once that is transferred over, all of the chains, then it's the ritual to cast down the Child of Ill Omen. So they weren't even anywhere close to that for Gil.
So are the birds supposed to be the chains, though? Because I thought Gil still had the Raven when Leo became the new Glenn.
Yeah, Leo's a fake Glenn.
Yeah, he's not like a proper Glenn. He's just kind of like I am now the Glenn because I am kind of.
I'm
in the
pretty
next
much there.
life.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm getting ready. I'm getting the memories. I hear the voices. Okay. I just need all of the the chains to complete the ritual, essentially. But this is not a thing that like it seemed
He also
like
doesn't
he
have his
thought
red-haired
about.
child or red-eyed child.
Oh, that's true. Does he? Wait.
I think the red-eyed child is like optional.
Sometimes we kill kids just for fun, you know?
There's a lot of details about this. That feels. It's just been a coincidence.
Like I explained this entire thing, and it's like, okay, they have to have this, this, and this, and then it's like, wait a second, yeah, Leo doesn't have that. So I guess it is just optional. Like, in desperate times,
Look,
we don't
sometimes
have
we're just assholes.
Because in this in these volumes, they explain like, yeah, there's this like judge who like presides over the Baskervilles, and she's the seeing eye, and we have to perform this ritual, or else things will be out of balance. And then it's like, wait a second, but what about Leo?
No, we just gotta sacrifice one of the orphans. It'll be fine.
So that was one thing I was
Have
confused
we
about.
considered that maybe the kids' vibes were bad?
That's true. That's true. You gotta think of the vibes. I'm just saying.
None now, because she's dead.
So I was confused about that bit. I was also confused about the world-ending shit that was being explained about how the world is balanced via like big structural chains of some sort, and some people are planning to break those chains while others are planning to destroy the abyss in general, or something to that effect.
Some of that will be explained.
Okay,
more
good.
later.
Okay,
Good, because they kept talking about the concept, and I was just like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm just gonna assume this is I want to end the world MacGuffin thing, and I'll just move on.
It seems like it's basically that kind of thing, yeah. Like there's these specific people, and if they die, then the abyss and the normal world are merged.
Right. Because the idea was...
which some people think is good, and some people have eyes.
Yeah,
some people have red eyes, so we have to drop them in the abyss.
I was trying to remember...
Maybe they shouldn't have been born with red eyes, then.
That's true. They should have thought about that. They should have thought about
alone.
it. They break alone. Those
It's
being Kevin.
can't see anymore.
I mean, that happens. That happens. I believe Levi lost an eye at some point too, right? Or was losing his vision too? I forget. believe he just had a bandage on one of his eyes. That's what he has in this cover here, right? This is Levi on the cover, right? I'm not getting this confused with another character. This is Levi on the thumbnail for this week.
I believe so.
Okay.
So
Because I kept
Sorry,
thinking to
can you
myself for a
verify this?
second. I was like, that is him, right?
His name is Evil backwards.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Evil backwards.
That's true. It is evil backwards, yeah. Live. Okay. We
see, the fire punch is coming back too. See, it all comes back.
It all comes back to Fire Punch. It's always coming back to Fire Punch. Yeah, they kept talking about the stakes involved, and I just kept getting confused at which faction was looking for which goal. I understood in the end that the Baskervilles were beginning to go against what Jack wanted, because Jack is just super obsessed with Lacey, and so Jack wants Lacey / Alice or whatever to live on, I believe. Whereas
I got the impression that he wanted to merge the worlds so that he could be with her again.
Yeah.
okay, yes,
I think that's it.
that sounds
Because he was
more
like,
accurate.
well,
Yeah.
if she's in the abyss, then why don't we just bring the abyss here?
And obviously, we
Yeah,
need
if
to
we
go
can't bring
back
her
to
back,
her.
we can just send everything to her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense. We're getting somewhere.
Totally normal.
And the Baskervilles are just like, the Abyss is evil place. We need to get rid of all of this. And then Pandora just wants to use the Abyss for their own purposes. It was my assumption
I think
from their
the
faction.
Baskervilles are confused as to what they are doing now. 'Cause
That
they
seems
did
to
not
be the
expect to
case,
see
yeah.
Glenn in that crystal either.
Yeah.
That's one of my issues with.
I believe
when
the
read
last piece of
first.
information they got was, "Hey, kill everybody."
Yes.
And then now it's 100 years later, and they're like, "Are we doing that again?"
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one that read it as that, because when I first read it, I'm like, wait, so they're all just following Oswald Glenn's orders just because? So they're just murdering everybody and they didn't even ask
Why
why?
not?
I
Look, Ari.
I'm okay with like diehard loyalty and all, but like none of y'all had an issue with this, and you're supposed to be kind of normal people that are just like really.
You imply
loyal to
normal
him?
people don't commit mass murders, Ari.
I am gonna say,
Glenn didn't even bother explaining it to them. Like, come on, dude. You can just say, like, yeah, this is really important because otherwise they will like suffer a lot in the abyss.
I was under the impression
Well,
I was under the impression that the nature of how the Baskervilles are summoned and attracted towards Glenn and end up serving him meant that like they were not necessarily in control or in the position to actually question or disobey Glenn, especially towards the end of this where they just have Gil shoot Oz because he's
like
at once he remembers that he was a part of the Baskervilles. Now it's like they're more in control of him, is how it felt like to me. So that was my assumption about that, and the only way that I could justify that kind of thing, because otherwise, like you said, I'm just like, why the fuck would this group still do this if they don't know why they're doing it? I don't know. I mean, a part of it is too that like a lot of those Baskerville types were originally, from my understanding, people who felt like they didn't really belong anywhere else, and then were just all naturally drawn towards the wherever Glenn was, and then they became their own little like found family through that little group of crazy people, but found family nonetheless. That kind of deal.
it's definitely not a cult.
Definitely not.
He loves company, chap. I don't
It's
tell
a
you.
bunch of outcasts religiously centered around a singular person's cult of personality, but it's not a cult.
And he will have sex with the members. So,
Interesting take though, because it's like they're the villain group that's been redeemed, but in that redemption you can read it as an even more nefarious villain group, because the redemption does really make it out to be a cult.
Yeah.
The cult of Glenn.
But it's not a cult, we promise.
Ignore the blood red robes.
Ignore the ritualistic sacrifices, okay?
Here, take this Kool-Aid.
Like I like Oswald, but it's like, come on, dude. Like
This
none
stuff's
of
real
y'all saw a
good.
problem with this, really? Like
No.
You like
at this point,
Oswald,
you're
really?
humans, kind of. You're just kind of superhumans, but that's it.
Look, Ari, we got more simping. I'm not sure why you're complaining.
You know, it definitely seems like one of those things too, where in my view, you know, the Baskervilles, you know, the people in the group, I mean, it's still like a cult in general, and the people in it are still evil, but like the general cause, from what we understand, of like trying to get rid of the abyss, if that is their current goal or not, I'm not sure, but like if that is their current goal to get rid of it, as opposed to like trying to use the powers of the abyss to like take over the world or whatever, if their goal is to get rid of the abyss, I don't know if I necessarily disagree with them, if that is what their goal is, which is to where this week made me wonder, once I was finding out that information, I'm just like, so are they supposed to be the good guys now or not? Are we doing that, or do they just not know what we're supposed to do? And it's yeah, so
Like in this, like they are supposed to be the good guys by this point, but in my rereading, it's like, yeah, they're not. Like I understand that she's trying to make them the good guys, but
It's not working.
there's still like a few steps she kind of skipped over. Just a hop, a skip, a jump, you know?
yeah.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. They're the good guys now.
Yeah.
It's one of
Don't
those
question
things,
it.
you know, and one of those things where a lot of things maybe could have been cleared up with like an actual conversation about what we know about the situation a lot earlier on, especially if you have the group like Oz, Gil, and all them. Like if you have a conversation with them, you know, maybe. I feel like, especially with Jack re-entering the picture, if the Baskervilles know, like, or at least the Glen at the time knows about what's going on. Oh wait, no, I guess the issue was that they didn't currently have a Glen, right? Now I'm getting myself confused with the timeline of events. Because they were searching for Glenn. They didn't really have any of the information about that. They were just searching for Glenn. And Glenn has pseudo been reborn through Leo. And Leo has the understanding more of things. But Jack still seems to now be the one who knows the truth of what happened more so than Leo currently does. Probably because Leo is not fully converted into Glenn yet.
Yeah.
And so Jack used the opportunity now to try to take over Oz and try to end Glenn before that process could be completed. Which probably did not work, considering we have several more volumes. But we'll see.
It worked fine, chap. You just had a little faith in.
I mean, I don't think we've seen the current status of Leo, but we also have not been confirmed that he's dead yet. I don't think so. I don't think that he's actually dead yet. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, the big other thing here was just the whole Gil shooting Oz. That kind of betrayal happened too. But that was all after the truth about Oz was revealed to us this week. That was the other huge thing for this week. Not just Jack backstory, it was Oz backstory as well. Because of course, Oz is a little quirky, a little weird, a little bit. He is a chain, and he is the bee rabbit as well. Instead, are there two bee rabbits?
I took it as instead.
Okay, so anytime Alice is using the bee rabbit power, that is actually Oz?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's weird.
Yes.
But Oz can still.
And also, he's a stuffed animal.
But Oz can still be there while the bee rabbit is doing things.
It's a JoJo
Yes,
stand.
because you see.
Yeah, it is.
It's a JoJo stand.
I
Wait, say
mean,
that again, Anne.
So he is his own chain.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Say
All
that
right.
again, Anne.
Oh, I was doing a bit. It's fine.
I know. Say it again.
What's the bit? What's the bit?
God, the question was, why is Oz able to do both? Well, because you see,
Yeah.
So, like, is Oz supposed to be contracted to himself? Is he also contracted to Alice? Like,
Dude, I have no idea. I'm in the same boat as you. I have no fucking clue what's going on with that. I'm
I think he's
hoping.
actually just the Chester sister that died.
I'm just hoping that like it'll be explained a little bit more. I mean, because from what I understand, what we had heard prior about him was that when he was born, his quote real father quote had like taken him immediately after he was born somewhere else, and then came back, and they don't know whether or not he was swapped out or not. And the child that was raised then was the Oz that we've been following now. So what that means, whether or not like there is an actual like child that he had that's somewhere else, or some ritual happened to like move that chain into that human body or something, I'm not entirely sure. I'm hoping that gets explained more, but it goes more to understand why Oz's dad was treating him the way that he was, considering him to be a sin or whatever, and like an existence that he does not really approve of, because of the nature that he is a chain, which I believe Aztec had thought this early on. I think, I don't remember exactly. I think somebody did in this group had thought about whether or not Oz was a chain or I think it was half chain. I think I remember somebody thinking that Oz was probably like a half chain or something, and it might have been you. So apparently he's just a chain, and specifically he is a chain that Alice made and named after Oswald, or not Oswald, Oswald. Yeah, Oswald, right? I'm getting confused with Uncle Oscar. Okay, there's Oz, Oscar, and Oswald.
Oswald. Yeah,
Who so Oz is named after Oswald, but the family just also happens to have an Oscar that was already in it. That was just a coincidence because Lacey and Oswald were just completely different from the Versailles family, but they just happen to also have an Oscar. Okay,
Listen, this manga only has so many names.
I'm just saying, it seems like a very clear pattern was established, and then we added in this lore that seemed to be like this name just came from a completely different character. So I don't know. I thought that I noted that, and I was like, huh, okay, all right. So that was a bit. She was trying to spell it as OS, like Os, and then I think Levi corrected it to be Oz with a Z.
So you evil?
Yes, Evil Knievel. And so that's how Oz got his name. Oz was like stuffed animal rabbit that was in the abyss and then given this stuff. I don't know what it means. Like the abyss chain, core, energy, stuff.
Well, you know,
things happened in the abyss. I was confused for a bit because I wasn't sure, because they were saying that Lacey actually had twins, but only Alice came out. So I had wondered if that had meant Oz was like the twin, but now it just seems we're using that to just say that Alice has two Alices inside of her. So I don't know.
Chep, if that was the case, Andy would have been right back from the very beginning.
Wait, what did Andy say?
The grave is Oz's mother.
Oh, I mean that is true. Because the grave, have we already established that grave is Lacey? I feel like that's that would definitely be the case by now. Yeah. So the grave is Lacey. So if Oz did turn out to be the twin, then that would
oh my god,
that would be correct.
That'd
but
be
I mean,
so funny.
So I had thought that at first. So I'm like,
twin.
Did we see the twin?
Yeah, it's the split personality, isn't it?
Well, no, that's what I was saying. I was saying it seems to be explaining it now as a split personality, or like the core of the abyss, or something. I was getting confused at that
Will or
point.
intent, yeah.
Oh yeah, the intention of the abyss. Who?
Yeah, the intent. All right.
I gotta be honest, this whole thing just feels more like a retcon than an explanation.
Oh, 100%.
It's
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But-
No, we have completely invalidated the first 14, 15 volumes of the manga. It's like nothing we learned is either true or trustworthy.
Oh my god.
The Oz being a stuffed animal is I think it's the most divisive part of Pandora Hearts for people, where once they get to it, they're either like, yeah, I'm fine with that, or this series is dog shit now. I don't even want to finish it. I can't look at it again.
I don't think I
Like,
mind.
had the opposite reaction, honestly.
I don't think I mind that bit. I think I more so mind the fact that we're just kind of like dumping all of that and ignoring like a lot of the previous stuff that was going on with it. Like he still had character development earlier, but it sort of seems invalidated now through that, I guess. In a way, not entirely though, because a lot of
Why?
it
Because
was
his innards are stuffed, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
My ears are also
he's a fucking turkey.
On the bright side, Oz should be extremely huggable.
That's true. This is true. This is true. Is this why, you know, Break is always just like, you're a weird child, you know, where are you really? It's just like he's just a stuffed animal, and Break can't process him because he's not human. Is that
You see, Break is filled with the anti-magic toxin.
It just makes sense.
Oh, okay. Just the anti-magic toxin, yeah.
Wait, okay. If he has the anti-magic toxin, they explain Emily.
That's true. That's true.
Emily.
That's called whimsy, okay?
Oh, jot that down.
Your
Yeah.
explanation for Emily is Emily.
Yeah.
Emily's the answer to a lot of things.
Emily told me that she really wants a Pop-Tart.
Does Emily know the answer to what the
Why is
Baskervilles
Oz a
want at this
stuffed
point?
animal? Emily.
No.
Emily, do you know what the Baskervilles want? She said, LOL, what?
Basker who? That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, so we also saw the tragedy happen, I guess. We'd already learned most of the events of it, but I think here we just had the clarification of they were just like, oh, Jack, I'll see you, you know, in a few days after, you know, we do this ceremony thing, haha. And then they're just like, oh, so Jack, yeah, everybody's fucking, Lacey's fucking dead now. And, yeah, so, okay. She has a daughter now. We had her in the abyss. I had a child with her. Her name is Alice. And, that's who that is, who looks exactly like Lacey. And, yeah, that's her. And then he starts, like, hanging out with Alice a bit. And also getting close to Miranda, who is obsessed with... Was she obsessed with Levi, or was she obsessed with Oswald? I think it was Oswald.
Yeah.
Oswald.
She was obsessed with Oswald. And really wanted to... She was, like, crazy yandere for him. She's like, I want him to be mine, all mine. I want to cut off his head and keep it for myself so that nobody else can have him. And I'm like, okay. Alright. Okay.
Listen, that's normal girl hours, okay?
That's true.
Mochizuki understands that at least, okay?
One thing
I need a secondary source in this one. Don't trust Ari.
Did you not just hear me?
No,
get
Ari's
source?
correct. Ari's absolutely correct.
I need
Source,
okay.
trust me. Yeah,
all right,
source,
all right,
trust.
I got 3. Fair enough. Okay, you know what?
Trust.
I'll
Yeah.
buy it for now.
Yeah.
Every single woman in existence is like this. That's 100% true.
All of them? Wow.
Yep.
God forbid women want
Yeah, I met one
something.
once.
Gosh.
You know what? That explains a lot about my mother.
What? Oh, okay.
We don't have the time to unpack all of that.
I know this is about trauma, but we just don't have the time.
What the fuck?
Going back to Oz's trauma.
So one thing I did want to bring up, okay, the Pluto enjoyers in the chat, all right, I saw a few of the panels of the Oz bunny by itself, and I was like, oh, it's the evil fucked up bunny that's plotting world domination.
Damn, so true.
I think there was one specific panel that I almost screenshotted and posted in the chat and said, "Oh my god, it's Pluto," and I forget which one. But it had the bunny in the exact same pose as the evil bunny from Pluto. But I can't find it right now. But I noticed that, and I was like, "Oh my god." Yeah, so
fucking connected.
Yeah, so Oz is a stuffed animal. How do you guys feel about that? I think that speaks volumes.
Wants to give him a cuddle.
Well, okay. Well, thankfully, we finally have a character that's already sized. That's good.
So the thing is, I do actually like it as like a twist thing change. Twist isn't the right word. It's a retcon. But it does feel indicative of how the writer handles characters just overall, which is, yeah, I had a plan at first, but this is more interesting to me, so now I'm just going to do this instead.
Like, wait, hold on. It all occurs to me now we can really do the Toy Story meme.
Well,
like it feels like
I'm tired of playing with you now.
Like a similar. I think the issue with like that part, just a stuffed animal. I know of another story that had a similar thing where there were these villains and they were all created, but they did not know that. They thought they had a real body and a living soul, but in fact their souls were stolen and they're just old dolls.
Tell me this
and no, I'm not talking about Umineko, but the writer ended up writing such a rich and well thought out character that it didn't really matter because the storyline was so good. And knowing that, comparing it to this, I'm just like, even if he's a stuffed animal, like shoot, he can still have a good story. I mean, look at freaking Pinocchio, like it's down to the writer.
The problem isn't that he's like a stuffed animal, it's that there's no real build
oh no, I'm agreeing with you. Agreeing with you, by the way. Yeah, no, I feel like it was just very
I got
flat.
that. Yeah, it doesn't connect in a way that's like, oh, you had this in mind the whole time.
Yeah, it's just a complete asshole.
Oh, this is just a thing she decided, which is fine, but this sure does keep happening.
Yeah, I was hoping with this reread that
it would make more sense to you.
Yes, I was hoping that there would be a lot more foreshadowing that I'd be able to pick up on, like, oh, that's what this panel means, or oh, that she was hinting about that in this part because it is a mystery. No, why are you laughing at me? I'm right.
Me too.
No, I know you're right. I just feel like it's very funny going through that experience because I'm just like, oh no, I see where this is going. None of that.
I'm like,
so like, okay.
I'm just flashing back now to a conversation that was had like earlier on where we were all trying to be like, okay, so what the fuck is the answers here? And I think the Getty was just like, listen, not everything's gonna...
Not everything needs answers, okay?
Because we reread Umineko, so much foreshadowing, so much. I have reread De Grey Man like 5 times, front and back. So much foreshadowing, so much I see. And then with Pandora Hearts, I'm just like, this was a lot of volumes, and I'm not sure where the time went, and that's not great.
Okay,
funny rabbit boy.
Beautiful and all is well.
Yes, like the art's great. I love the arts. The
that's
character
undeniable.
designs are pretty good from time to time. Some better than others. And then the first, like it's hard to call it a mystery, right? Because there just is so little foreshadowing. I'm sure there is some that I'm not thinking of right now, but like when I think of an actual mystery that does foreshadowing, it should be very apparent. That's like, oh yes, now that I've read it multiple times, I can think of these scenes that were hinting at something bigger, or this part that was like, oh yes. But with Pandora Hearts, so much of it is kind of clouded in like, was this a foreshadowing or is this a coincidence? Or was this Mochizuki going, oh yeah, I'll reuse this part. This is what that'll mean now, you know?
Yeah, it's not because blank then blank writing. It's and then, and then,
And
and
then,
then.
I think the best way for me to explain is that like it's like the mystery box where like this isn't a mystery solved. It's just a get out of jail free.
Oh, get out of jail free card. Okay, yeah. When I think about stuff like this, I'm just like, you know, when people are writing shows are like going to do like a new season or they're going to do like a reboot movie or something like that, the writers are sitting in the writer's room establishing, okay, what have we already said has happened in our lore and what are some things that we can build upon that are related to those things. There were these other things that were mentioned that we didn't necessarily have a plan for then, but they were established then, so what could we build related to that? You know, writers can sit down and think about that stuff if they did not fully plan out things beyond what they originally imagined like that. Mochizuki does not appear to have done that thought process with this. It was more so just, I want to have a cliffhanger shot of Jack actually betraying us, and now I will worry about explaining how this all happened afterwards, and then I will explain how it all happened in a way that I can try to, but not with, there was many elements of that being set up that I just did not think about ahead of time, and I'm just really gonna force it with that. It is a very clear case of I did not plan that out ahead of time, but it is the kind of direction that I want this to go with this. It is a mystery story that appears to want to develop its mystery mid-arc, in between the arcs, as opposed to planning out the overall mystery. Like the main thing that was established from the beginning is like, what is this grave? What, you know, what is Alice? What is the Abyss? Who are the Baskervilles? And what we're getting now is just everything that was hinted towards what all these things were or might be is now just none of that really mattered, and now it's just, okay, here's your reveal, your twist with that kind of stuff, and now I'm just here like, oh well, okay, I don't know how I feel about it, because I'm just like,
I know how I feel about it.
I don't like, there are parts
You're all
of
big fans.
It's parts of where it could go from here I wouldn't necessarily hate. I think it's just Mochizuki has the ability to really be really good at setting up an insane cliffhanger with each like week that we read. Like last week it ends with the Jack betrayal. This week, you know, the volume before the last volume from last week ended with like Elliot's death. I think that was at the end of that volume or whatever. This week ends with Gil shooting Oz. It's like, these are crazy like cliffhanger things for the next volume, and then we do something that completely either moves on from it to a completely different thing. You know, we throw the toy down and say, I'm tired of playing with you, or now we're just like undoing several things in a wildly different direction that seems obvious to me was never intended, just by nature of like little details like his name is Oz, his uncle's name is Oscar. We seem to have some kind of weird naming scheme going on with that. Oh, but actually Oz's name came from short for Oswald, who was like Lacey's brother, and she named him, and he's also a rabbit, and I'm just, oh, okay. I mean, it's not like a huge detail, but still, that definitely seemed like a, all right, this is the whatever. That family, okay? This is the family.
Yes.
Okay, you're Oz, I'm Oscar. I don't remember what the dad's name was. I don't think it was actually related to Oz or Oscar, that kind of naming pattern. I think it was a weird gamer tag, just like everybody else. I think it was a weird fucking gamer tag. I just don't remember what it was.
Ari, you remember?
Yeah, like it felt like a Xerxes break kind of name. I just don't remember his name though.
But not quite a Kevin though. We'll never get to that.
Zai.
Zai. I'm like, what is this fucking gamer tag that we got going on? What are we doing with this?
Listen, he's just the new Xehanort, okay?
Okay, alright.
He's also Sora.
You might understand it because, like, his original name is I, which means love. So it's actually like this really complex story about
Oh,
how.
okay. Oh yeah.
Isn't
Of
Zara
course,
just
of course.
Grok? Yeah, deserved.
So are you telling me the whole time, okay, Oz was just Grok? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's deep, I promise.
So
This is all just a Cybertruck ad.
So where do we even go from here? Where do we go with this?
Who knows?
Lacey is or Alice is the daughter of Lacey, and then Alice created Oz, or at least as far as we know, Alice created Oz.
I thought it was Lacey that technically created Oz.
That might be
I
true
thought it
too.
was Alice.
Oh no, he was right.
My understanding was that Alice had created Oz by channeling Abyss core stuff into a stuffed animal that she had. But it could also have been Lacey created Oz and then Alice just kind of gave him a name. It could have been something like that.
Yeah.
I want to say he predates them all.
Oh.
Dang.
He
Like,
is the core?
before
Is that what
the
you're saying?
No, like he was just the core's toy.
We just have a stuffed animal lying around in the abyss. It just happens.
Yes,
Yeah.
legitimately yes.
So you had Oz and
That is possible, yeah.
stuffed animal Oz just next to a deck of cards, and like so it's
Fucked up room.
all these things are now fucked up in evil
A
chains.
ball, a labubu,
That's
a
true.
fidget spinner.
Yeah.
Fade Slick is there.
The
yeah.
final card.
A Kirito action figure. Yeah, that's also a chain.
It's not Shane. Sack of shit.
That's not true. Don't be nice to Kirito, okay? Listen.
It's one volume of Doridoro. You know the one.
Yeah, one volume of Doridoro is in the abyss. Okay.
You know exactly which one too.
I'm gonna say yes. I definitely do.
It's the one with the Fujita incident.
It's
Oh.
half of Umineko, but it's every other volume.
Yeah, Umineko, like Ari was saying before, like Umineko is a thing where it's like there's a lot of foreshadowing because we very clearly put a lot of thought into pre-planning out what the mystery is going to be with it. And each story of Umineko is building upon that more. Whereas with this, we had an idea at first. Yeah, go on.
It does help that the Umineko manga was, I want to say, his second go around at telling that same story.
That's true. That is true.
But it's also not like the visual novels were less
Right.
well
yeah.
constructed.
Right. Yeah.
I think with the case of Umineko, we mentioned this earlier, but you had to like rewrite like episode 3 quite a bit because it was too challenging.
Yep.
So I wouldn't be surprised if we just like had like, okay, this is like how it all goes. I just need to get from there to there, kind of like.
Kind of like
Breaking Bad, where you're just kind of like, okay, we gotta get from here to here, or we're not sure about the in between parts, but we know where we want to go.
Yeah, Breaking Bad, they definitely, had a lot of writers' room discussions, especially for the later seasons, to be like, all right, we have all the cards in place after the things that we had happen with Gus. Now we have to move on to try to start concluding the series. What are the different ways that we want to conclude the series? We understand the general nature of how we want the end to be, but now we have to fill in the details in between for what events we want to happen to lead to that point in a satisfying way. we establish this kind of stuff structurally so that it makes more sense once we look back through the information that we have to try to piece together what these characters would naturally do to try to potentially get us to where we need them to go. With this, it seemed more like Mochizuki had a general idea for what direction they wanted this to go in, and then at some point they tried to just restructure most of it in the background, but then started applying it all at once, to be like, all right, done with that attempt at that. Mystery's changing a lot to like this bit. I'm definitely getting that feeling, at least, where it's going now was not at all where we were planning to take this.
I think we had a similar thing with Summertime Rendering, where like it was supposed to end at a certain point, but they just kind of kept going.
Oh, probably. Which was also the case with Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online was originally just that first novel, which is just the story of Aincrad, because he was submitting it for a light novel contest, which he ended up not actually doing that because it exceeded the page limit or whatever. So he just published it online, and then the second volume of Sword Art Online is just a bunch of short stories that took place in between the events of the main story, because he didn't expect to continue the series, and then eventually got picked up after he won a contest for Excel World, and that was a whole thing. So it's another case of, I did not plan to go beyond this point, but now that I am going beyond this point, I'm thinking more about the way I want this to go. The things that I've established before and the things that I want to establish later based upon the things I've established before. Some things I might retcon, other things I might want to try to explain the retcon more reasonably and not just fully ignore, and then other things I want to reveal as bonus information based on the first thing, which I never planned to explain before. Stuff like Monogatari does things in a different way to all those kind of things, where the author of the Monogatari novels, he'll just say a wild ass thing that happened off screen without a plan to do anything with that story, and then he'll eventually just write a whole ass novel based upon that one line that he mentioned. He'll just do this constantly. He'll just mention a wild thing that happens, and then that ends up just being a whole arc that you see later, which is how we get Kizu Monogatari and all that. It's interesting to look at these different ways to handle writing things for things that you have planned and things that you do not have planned, and the different ways that it can be implemented. And I understand it's tough too if you're doing it as a monthly manga chapter, because you're also having to do all the art for it too. So I understand that if it's a serialized series, it could be more difficult to have a planned out structure for it and stick with it, especially if you also have things like editors telling you you should change it in a certain direction, or your audience telling you should change it in a certain direction. I can understand a lot of those pressures affecting it. I mean, I don't know how much of that factored into why the plot has changed in the way that it has. I just think that it's very interesting, is how I'll put it, to see it unfold here with the change. Because it definitely did feel pretty Mochizuki, I guess is how I'll describe it.
It's not a problem that the ending has changed necessarily, but it is kind of a problem that it feels this disconnected from what has come before.
It just, again, it feels like the same thing of, I'm tired of playing with you now. I'm moving on, I'm done with that, and I want to try something else with it now. Which, I would be fine with that in other types of genres, but if it's supposed to be a mystery, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like I get cheated as the reader of the mystery, in a sense, when we do this.
Especially because we're being every 2 volumes to discuss this stuff and maybe do a little bit theorizing.
Yeah, well, I think there's also a difference in that it doesn't feel like that was the plan the whole time. Going back to the conversation that was had a few episodes ago about not necessarily wanting an answer for everything, Spaghetti brought up Twin Peaks, which
Yep.
is very much a show that was not intended to ever give you an answer.
Right.
But
yep.
that was built into the premise from the very beginning. It was
Yes.
intended as this procedural soap opera thing with the mystery at the core that they could then come back to.
Right.
But it would also then like spin off, and you would follow all of these characters as they lived their lives in the town.
Yeah.
And if that was what was happening, that would be fine. But it's not.
Yeah, because I understand this is not meant to be like a murder mystery where you as the reader are meant to like solve the puzzle as like a challenge before the detective solves it or whatever. I understand that's not necessarily what this is, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just supposed to like turn my brain off with the mystery aspect of this and just focus on it as like a supernatural, very aesthetically pleasing fucking Alice in Wonderland inspired adventure story, and I should just not worry about the mystery side of things.
I mean, I'd even argue now, like Alice in Wonderland, Alice Through the Looking Glass, it really is not rich from it. It's not pulling from its resources that it could pull from.
Right.
It's not super relevant,
It could
and
be
hasn't been for a while.
nursery rhymes, it could be fairy tales, it could be Brothers Grimm. It doesn't have to be just Alice in Wonderland, but it really is very lazy. It's not a dig at the writer. Sorry, Mochizuki, I love your work. But I do think that there was just no layering, there's no complexity or depth to it, so you don't really have a mystery.
There was an aesthetic interest.
That's the key thing. It's the aesthetic interest. Yep.
Matched the writing, we would have such a wonderful and a well-crafted story. But they don't, and I think that's where people do need help from other writers, or I mean, even Twin Peaks was worked on by two people, not just the story was worked on by two people, not only David Lynch. So, and you can tell it pulled from a lot of different things, and it worked. This story really, really needs that. Like, you're gonna go with Alice in Wonderland, you're talking about something that people have seen over and over again. I mean, how many movies are there for Alice in Wonderland? How many retellings? And it's a frustrating to me when it's a story that's very much used in Japanese media too. And all they do is like, oh, you're the Mad Hatter. Tea party. They don't really go beyond. They don't really go beyond.
I'm just reminded of the Red Letter Media Star Wars, like lightsaber, ATST's lightsaber.
That's what it is.
Stormtrooper.
It's just so sad because it's so beautiful. It just, the story that goes in my head is almost kind of better. Like my oh, what's gonna happen, or whatever I come up with, whatever all of y'all have come up with so far as guesses have been way better than what's actually happened. And I just don't want to break your heart. It's so hard.
Oh no.
It's like you guys are like, yeah, but there could be
what if this happens
deeper
this?
meaning,
Yeah.
and this could happen next week, and I'm like, oh,
brother.
Sweetie.
It's a beautiful
I wish
manga,
I could tell you.
but it needed a bit of a story editor.
Yeah. I'm still remembering us saying,
we can rewrite this together.
I'm still just remembering one week us saying, wow, I guess, this week we learned that Elliot truly was the headhunter, I guess, all along. And then next week it was just like, nope, Uno reverse. It was actually Vincent. And like, what the fuck? Wait, what? Wait.
And then it was another Uno reverse where Oz is like, oh, well, I guess technically anyone could be the headhunter.
yeah,
still.
yeah.
And
It
that's
was
how
like,
we ended that. But it's like,
it was-
okay.
like what?
Can't even end it on a, well, actually, it was Elliot and Vincent. No, we have to end it on a, I guess it can be anyone now.
The real
Really,
headhunter
if
was
you
the
think
friends we made
about
along
it.
the way. Yeah.
Yeah, like because we're on, we just finished volume 18,
Yep.
and I was thinking of this, in between last week and
We
this
got
week,
3 weeks.
where it's like, we're on volume 18, but it's kind of hard to think back of like character development or arcs or because like I can think of some of things happening, like, you know, they went to whatever, Sabellier or whatever. They met this orphan child and tried to save him. That didn't work out.
And
Uh,
then,
they went to this, there was this party or something, and there was this creepy cult dude. But like
They went to school at one point.
this, oh yeah, they went to school. Like there's
Which
things
I thought the
that
school was going to be a
happen.
whole
School.
ass bigger thing than it actually was. It was,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
They
there's
read
no
the One
arcs.
Piece.
There's no
Yeah.
arcs, but also the events just kind of happen. Like
Cheshire
they're
Cat.
really
Yep.
they're really kind of led arounds, and rather than things feeling like they happen naturally, but also it's like, because I'm sitting here thinking of like, okay, volume 18. What was volume 17 or 18-ish in other manga that I've read? And it's like, oh yeah, we were on like the second arc or like the third arc. I can remember like this specific arc that happened where by that point so and so characters had grown this amount and they had yet to do this, but like I could still think of like, yeah, this is what happened in those. That we had this kind of development, we had these pressing issues. But with this, I'm kind of like, a lot of things happened, but also not a lot of things happened. Like, I still like
Yeah.
Pandora Hearts, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, that
It's
sure is a
just-
sequence of events.
a lot of things happen, but it doesn't feel like the characters are doing any of it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like even Jack doesn't really. I mean, I get to an extent like he's a betrayal, so it would make sense that it doesn't necessarily feel consistent, but he doesn't feel like a consistent character across the whole thing. Like even as the I guess the antagonist of the series. Like he's the one who was doing all of this and manipulating everything like behind the scenes, and everything was because of the thing that he did,
Mhm.
but also not really. Like a lot of shit that didn't have anything to do with him also happened.
Yeah. Like, I do like Pandora Hearts, but man, things happen.
Yeah,
I know the
it's.
characters grow, but things happen.
I mean, because that is the one thing that I will say about it. Because Pandora Hearts is not an experience that I would say that I hate, especially in comparison to things like Rose and Maiden with how it handled its developments of the story. Like that's a disaster case with what happened with Rose and Maiden and how you can clearly tell.
Listen, if you read the sequel.
You can clearly tell with that one that things were just.
It gets worse. Don't worry, Trap.
Oh my god. You could clearly tell there with Rose and Maiden that things were going wrong during the serialization and the direction that they wanted it to go in, and then it just kind of ended with a non-ending kind of. You could tell something went wrong there behind the scenes with that. Like perhaps they had an idea of things. Right, yeah. And there are some series of that works out perfectly well. But for this one, where it's a longer series, and it felt a lot like it was building up those kind of elements, or was supposed to be building up those elements for it to like all come together in a nice way. Instead, we just get a constant like, All right, this is happening, done with that. This is happening, done with that. Cheshire Cat's here? No, he's not. This guy's here? No, decapitated next chapter. This person, he's not going to last like one volume. Like, not that he's dead. I'm just never going to talk about him again. Things like that, where there's things structurally wrong with the writing, and I don't know if it's because of the serialization or planning or Mochizuki's getting bored with certain elements or wanting to try different things. I don't know what the combination is, but the one thing that I will say that I do still appreciate is obviously the art. The art I think is unquestionably really, really good. Character designs. I really enjoy the character designs for a lot of the characters. My only real complaint is that some of them feel too similar, and I get them confused at times. For very specific characters, I think it was mostly for like some white-haired characters, like if Elliot and Oz were like in similar panels. Sometimes it zoomed in on their face too much, and I couldn't tell which was, or like Jack and Oz and stuff like that. I think like those were like the little nitpicks for me about that. But aside from the art stuff, the big thing, which I think I mentioned almost every week if I was discussing this, is I really do enjoy how we are handling thematically these characters and their trauma responses and the different ways that trauma manifests and all that. I think I really do value this series for that aspect of it, and channeling it through this sort of epic adventure supernatural story. I do appreciate it handling that theme in this sort of way and channeling that through these kind of elements. But with the mystery side of things and plot-wise, structurally, it is not the best with it making sense and me wanting to like focus on that bit more. Like most of this week's stuff was my eyes glazing over and being like, okay, all right, this is the world end MacGuffin. I don't know what the fuck he's saying, but he's fucked up and evil now, so okay, alright, cool, I get it, Jack, I get it, you're fucked up and evil and you want a incel arc for Lacey / Alice, alright, cool, it's fine, good luck, or sorry for you, whatever, yeah, so, I don't know, Mochizuki has an interesting style of writing, in that I can both really, really enjoy what's happening with it, and also be very confused with what's happening with it. It has that kind of effect, and that's beyond me being like looking at how we seem to have a certain ideas for certain types of characters. For example, all the women characters are either a damsel in distress that we then forget about for the remainder of the story, or they are a literal psychopath, murderous woman. This is the only two women that we know about. There's no...
Yeah, someone's gonna help Echo, right?
We had Vanessa for a moment, okay? And I was like, oh shit, are we actually gonna have like a badass... Oh, she's decapitated now. Oh, okay, alright, cool. Alright, that's fine, cool. Moving on from that. And then you had there was two promising women characters that just get decapitated. The other one was the dude in the wheelchair's like assistant woman whose name I can't remember, because she just instantly fucking dies. She had the bone saw. All right, like she didn't get to last either. Like
she had to be put out. Like, what are you doing running around with the bone saw?
It's called Aura.
What are you doing beating
right?
a woman?
That was Emily's bone saw.
Emily's bones.
It's okay.
Hold on,
I don't know.
Emily's the most
hold on.
normal woman in the cast. It's fine. Yeah.
Emily's a misogynist, confirmed.
Here's my wild complaint. I want more of the women in this to dress conservatively. Listen, it's a Victorian setting, okay? But all of the dresses are like draped around like their shoulder area and
That's
stuff.
true.
Like, I want more Victorian
No, I
era
get it,
looking
though.
dresses. Like, you can fake a
No.
lot of it, but like, come on, girl. If you're gonna set it in the Victorian era, why do we have like
Why
what's
are
her
you
name?
fucking chickening
Ada?
out on the Victorian era
Like,
clothing?
you have like Ada's school outfit that just looks like a normal, like 2000s Japanese school uniform with the mini skirts and the high tights. Like,
That's
girl,
a
what are we
ye
doing
old
here?
Victorian
You
outfit.
got Lacey's dress is all right, but it's still like very not Victorian. It's just a dress,
Yeah.
like, and it's like hanging off of her shoulders and stuff. It's just kind of really low detail. Like, it's cute and all, but like, girl, if you're gonna set it in the Victorian era, like, do something good with these designs. Like, the men look fine for the most part. Like, you've got the nice dressy outfits and stuff. That's typical Victorian fantasy aesthetics, but then the
They
girls
suit
are
him up
like,
for the party,
come on,
yeah.
come on, girl. Like, she does it better
Commit to
in
the bit.
yeah, like she does it better in Vanitas, her current manga.
Yeah,
that
that's
she's
for
writing.
sure. Well, no.
a lot of
I'm
those,
sorry, I did want to interrupt.
the
No.
design wise,
Eh,
some of them, like,
Okay, see, all right, this is all
Listen,
good now. My God,
listen.
Ours is here saying, put those shoulders away.
Yeah.
Domi's design is nice in Vanitas.
Who?
Don't worry about it. We're not reading Vanitas.
We
I
watched
watched
Vanitas.
it.
I couldn't
I
tell you
forgot.
any of the characters that had they were in it. Other than
We won't talk about Jean, I guess.
I assume there was a character named Vanitas in it. I don't remember any other names of the characters
Okay,
from
so
it.
that was the black-haired guy.
Yeah, I do remember
The
him.
blue guy.
The Leo of that series. Yes, I remember him. Yeah.
The Leo.
What?
I don't
Sure.
remember. I don't remember his personality.
yeah.
I just look at how he's designed, and I just am reminded of Leo's design now. So I don't know.
But yeah, I wish she like actually went more ham with these designs. That's one thing where it's like, okay, if you're gonna set it there, just come on, go ham.
Yeah. Trying to think. Was somebody? I thought someone was gonna try say something in the middle of Ari talking, but I don't remember. who
I'm
it
not
was.
sure anymore.
Oh, I was just gonna read out Soul's message, but then Shadow
Yeah.
did. So
Oh,
fine.
about the showing the shoulders.
Yeah.
Put those
really
shoulders
funny.
away.
For their shoulders.
How dare
Oh,
you?
Play.
Oh my god, this is a Christian server.
Absolute sluts.
You cannot be doing that here. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else we have to discuss about this.
Are there any bonus memes I've forgotten?
I'm gonna be honest with you, the bonus memes I've been lacking. This one had a bonus meme fighting game for one of them.
Oh yes.
They
Okay.
were really lackluster this time.
I think the other
Which-
one was just a very small comic that I didn't even remember. But the other one was just the.
Oh wait, hold on. I remember now. I remember. Hold on.
I remember two bonus
Oh.
memes. I remember the fighting game, and I remember the one about the head pats for Alice.
Yes.
I remember that
I
one.
have it. Hold on.
That one was a bit where like Alice walks up to Gil and says, "Head pats now." And Gil's like, "Why me? Go get head pats for other people." And Alice is like, "You know what? You're right, okay? I don't want to be eating the same food all the time. Let me go get other people." All right, Oz, head pats. Ada, head pats. Or not Ada, I think it was the other girl there. Sharon, head pats. And then, all right, Gil, now it's you. And then they're just like, "Yeah, your head pats are like
Break comes in,
the best."
and it's like,
Oh, yeah.
no, I know that.
Oh yeah,
shit.
oh yeah. Break's just like, "All right, my turn," and she's just like hissing at him.
That's so rude, bro.
It's fucked up, right? It's fucked up.
She's so real for this.
So, also Break only head pats Emily.
This is true. And then the fighting game bits. The fighting game bits were okay. I don't remember a lot of things that I cared about for it.
It was,
it
was
had-
fine.
It had Iliad screw at Leo. That's one of the moves.
It had Yura doing attacks too, I guess. It was like
remember it
Elliot's
had
attack
Ada.
moves. Yeah, Ada, Elliot, and Yura had like attack move sets that it showed off.
Yeah.
Notably, it was called Pandora Fighters 2. I don't believe we saw Pandora Fighters 1. I don't remember, at least, if we did. So we're just getting
It's
right
Lost
into the...
Media.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
It's like Anubis 2. You know, we skipped to the sequel. It's so good.
The original Pandora Fighters was actually burned in the Library of Alexandria.
Oh boy.
Why
So
is
they
it in the
actually shipped
library?
all of the remaining copies to Nevada, where they
God.
dug a trench and
Oh, all right.
buried them out there.
I
And
understand
that
this
caused
is
the market crash of 2025.
so. There were afterwards. I'll read the afterwards. Here's the afterword for volume 17. I can finally eat eggplants, which I hated without ever trying them. I relate. I'd like to challenge Welsh onions next, though I can eat them if they're finely chopped. That's what they wrote
Fried
there.
eggplant is good. You
I've never
chop
had-
it up into little
never had it.
cubes, and then you like put it in a batter, and then you fry it. And there you go.
I've never had it.
It's
I
like
don't know.
it's like a little bite, but they kind of taste like green tomatoes, fried green tomatoes.
I also haven't had those.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just go die.
This is why I'm just explaining for why I relate to them. Okay, I've never tried them, so I don't know. I don't know if I would say I hate. I don't know if I would say I hate them. I just never tried them. You know, I'm not against
You're actually not
them.
allowed to die. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not allowed. Okay, we have to retcon your backstory first, and then
Just retcon me not being Southern, and that'll just fix everything.
True.
Makes it all better.
That'll fix everything, yeah. And that one had a little image of Levi with a cat also mummified. The cat, I'm assuming, representing Mochizuki. I believe that's been Mochizuki's little mascot for these afterwards. Then you get Volume 18's afterward. Volume 18 falls as deep into the depths as possible. I hope you enjoy it. That's all they wrote for the afterword. The art for Volume 18's though, I'll put it in spoiler chat. It's Miranda holding up a decapitated cat head. But she's also saying a cat may work just as well. Which has a very different meaning today because of a meme that was going around. But
yeah,
you know,
that's what I was like, what?
I understand this was written long before that, and that's not what it's supposed to imply. She's talking about a decapitated head works, I guess, for her obsessions or whatever. But even that, I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about that either. I don't, listen, choices were made with that one. Can't win them all.
Mochizuki, please stop musing.
Please stop musing. Oh God.
More.
Yeah, so those afterwards happened. What else do we have to discuss? I think we went over all the main details for what happened this week. Trying to think if there's any details we left out about it. Was there anything new related to Vincent?
I'm reading through there's a comment in chat, and I'm looking at his inputs. I don't see them being impossible. Although I will admit, the one at the very bottom is, what the fuck is an input?
Wait, hold on.
Why would you do this?
So Fuse Hunter had said, well, first of all, a while ago, Fuse Hunter said, we're all headhunters when you think about it. That's true. We are. And then the joke with the fighting game ad being that inputs are borderline impossible felt very targeted. Is this true? Wait, let me pull them up on stream so the stream can see.
I will admit, them intentionally not being core circles is very funny.
I do really love the little Iron Maiden. That was really cute. Detail.
Yeah, the little Iron Maiden. I like the little sprite art of Ada in her witch outfit flying a broom, and I does she have a wand or is that a gun? I don't know what she's pointing at him. She's pointing something at him
you
that's
know.
supposed to be a weapon.
Oh,
A gun is basically magic wand.
Is that a
She's
hand?
If you really think about it, a
Is she
gun is
pointing?
just a very specific kind of wand.
Because I couldn't
like
tell
how
because it also appeared like I see the Iron Maiden in the background. I couldn't tell if it was floating around or if she was meant to be throwing it or like casting it at him. So it was
I
like,
cast Iron Maiden.
you know, I mean, her moves are don't ... do that, and then here I go, yeah, and then go star maiden. So and
Most
that's
American spell.
Yura gets his movesets too. Beautiful pelvic thrust charge. I don't like that. Hug his comrade's attack. Don't like that. Following up the other one. Bliss
Why not?
ascension wave. Max
input.
star. What did they mean by that? What did they mean by that? Elliot's moves. Don't worry about it. Elliot's got Have You No Shame? Edwin Slash. That one I thought was funny. Together with his brothers. And then Auto When Life is in Danger.
No, sorry, that auto when life is in danger is the proc
That's the
for the
input
above
for
one.
the yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait, does that mean he kills himself? Wait, so now. Wait, hold on.
Hey, listen, we've all been there.
You can't kill me if I stab myself.
Advanced technique.
Hey, listen, it works in Smash all the time, okay? You just jump off the side of the map. All right.
Yeah,
we should
it's
probably
bad.
find you on stream again sometime. We traumatized less than 4 people last time, so I think we'll be fine.
We're booting up the fighting game, right? The Pandora Fighters 2. Booting it up.
Yeah, of course.
Fans have obviously recreated it and used those movesets in it, right? Especially the beautiful pelvic thrust charge. I'm sure.
Why are you so interested in that one, man?
I'm not. Mochizuki appears to be.
Mochizuki.
I'm just saying. It was an interesting choice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But anyways, I guess Pandora Hearts happened.
Unless it didn't.
That could be retcon next week. It might not have happened. It could have all been a dream. You know, at the beginning of the story, could have just been Oz wakes up, he took a nap before his ceremony, and everything is
Hey,
perfectly
listen.
fine.
All I'm gonna say is that Jack didn't say any of this in red, so we can't know if it's true or
That
not.
is true. That is true. That is true. He did not say it in red. I don't know what is true or not anymore. That would explain everything about why we're changing things up, okay? It's all just a symbolic representation of what happened, okay? It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, how are we feeling about the series right now? Do we have hopes for where the series is going still? Are we still enjoying the series, or are we mixed now? What are our thoughts in general? I guess we'll go down the line and see where people are at currently. We'll start with the top. Anne, how did you feel about this? Andromeda, how
Hi.
did you feel about this?
As I said, even knowing that, even with all of the criticism, this is probably the most interested I've been in Pandora Hearts in weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it like because of
Oh,
the nature of like now you don't know what's going to happen at all, or
Yeah.
okay?
I mean,
I mean that's fair.
Part of it is that, and also part of it is just the parts of the series that I liked were when it was focused on Oz and Gil and Alice, and we did focus on 2 of them.
That's true. We did get that.
So getting to see them actually, well, do things is maybe a strong word, but
They were there.
the author remembered that they mattered.
That's true. And even Gil got to do some stuff this week too. Namely,
And
shoot
I'm
Oz.
still hoping for a bloodbath.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. Okay, before we move on to the next person, let me read Fuse's messages here. Go Maiden's input is a war crime to look at. I don't remember what it looks like, but I believe you.
Okay, it's left, right, up, down, down. Q? Hold on. What the fuck is Q?
Got a keyboard.
Yeah, that's true. You have
Seek
a
a
keyboard.
door that carries a 9.
Q is for quit.
See, Q means quarter circle. Okay, that's.
Fuck. What quarter circle though? Because there's like
Figure it out. Figure it
Yeah,
out.
quarter circle.
Oh no, so it's a custom move. Actually, you get to change the trajectory of the move depending on what quarter circle you do.
Fuse then said, Elliot's moveset being reasonable is funny. And then, TBH, I kind of vibe with Pandora Hearts, even if certain elements are a bit rough, but feels funny how Oz/Alice are out of focus for a lot of it, Alice in particular. Yeah, which seemed to be by design. I think last week we just directly had Alice say, listen, I'll just sit back and watch your story, okay? I think we had that happen.
Yeah, I'm glad the one major female character gets that trauma response.
We have Emily.
That's true, we do have Emily.
You're right, I'm sorry, Emily. I'm so fucking sorry.
Fuse then said, but having read series like Bleach where a bunch of cool characters are MIA for huge stretches, this is baby mode. oh damn. I still have not experienced Bleach, but I hear varying things about Bleach.
It's
so.
typical shonen.
Yeah,
It's got good music.
My only real experience with Bleach was that spin-off Burn the Witch, which I really liked. Burn the Witch, actually, I liked that.
Burn the Witch.
Bleach is
I'm kind
like,
of
we got
surprised they never
vibes
did
and
more with that.
aura.
Yeah, I think
Bleach
they
is actually the shonen final boss.
I think they eventually did something with the manga for Burn the Witch, but I forget what it was. It was like a additional
Let me
chapters
check.
or something.
I can check.
Because I remember they did something else with Burn the Witch, but I don't think it was too much yet. Or maybe they're planning things. But I liked that, and then I didn't realize at all that it was all related to Bleach. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have checked it out because I didn't have the context. But I guess you just could. You just would appreciate some things that they mentioned more if you did. Anyways, I'm not going to talk about Bleach here. But yeah, there you go. Views said, I'm used to it by now, LOL. For all that kind of those thoughts. Okay. Bleach. Oh, this is Fuse again. Bleach is worth a look despite its rough spots, saying it as a guy who's not the biggest Bleach fan around. Is Bleach still going or is Bleach done?
Bleach is done.
The manga is done.
Okay.
Well, because there was that side one, but I think that's done too.
Okay.
The kind of sequel.
Okay. How long was the manga?
Well, the original manga was 706 chapters over 74 volumes.
74 volumes.
Then there was.
Okay, so shorter than Umineko. We're doing good.
Then there was the sequel, which was a one-shot.
174.
Okay, and then they just made that into an anime, mainly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, alright. Interesting.
Just read Homestuck instead.
So, I mean, the series is done. We can put it up for next book club.
Yeah.
We'll just start reading Bleach. Yeah. 74 volumes. We could get it done next year, yeah. I think this is possible.
Wait, you mean
Literally the
sequel?
entire year,
Hold
almost.
on.
We
What's this
can
about?
get it done. We can get it done. It's done. There's a sequel thing in the works, but I have no idea what's that. Oh boy, good luck. No, we are not reading Bleach for book club. It's probably not gonna happen.
Look, Jeff, we got through Umineko. We're gonna get through Yu-Gi-Oh! Eventually.
We were listen, we were tricked to go through Umineko, okay? We originally said we were only gonna read like half of it. I already knew damn well what she was doing though. So
You're laughing. We suffer and you're laughing.
So I should recommend Higurashi next?
oh boy. You
Just
gotta
a
go.
question
Shorter,
arc.
so.
Yeah, just the question arc. You know, you definitely won't need to read the answers arc afterwards.
No,
No.
we'll just read Onikakushi-hen. It's fine.
God!
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right, so that's it with those things. We'll move on to the next person's thoughts here. Arimia, Alice, what were your thoughts on where Pandora Hearts is right now? Where it's gonna? I mean, you know, eventually what's gonna happen, but like, what are your thoughts on the series on the reread right now? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot more of the flaws in it on my reread, which is a bit sad. There's this running joke I see a lot on Tumblr where people who are big fans of Pandora Hearts will make jokes how nobody understands Pandora Hearts. Even though they love it, everyone's like, yeah, I love it. I don't know what happens, but I love it. And I'm kind of seeing that a lot here where it's like, Oh, yeah, no, nobody understands it because even Mochizuki doesn't understand. Because, like, you see that with, like, other things, but it's like, okay, well, those have reasons for why people don't understand it because maybe they just did not, like, reread it to actually digest it, or maybe it's just so long, so they forgot things that actually happened. But with this, it's like, no, yeah, just even Mochizuki doesn't understand it at times. Um, yeah, yeah. The art's pretty. I like the vibes and aesthetics.
It is pretty
I mean,
nice.
look,
Yeah.
Look, Shonen Bros read Shonen for the vibes and the aura, okay? Can't
It's
we
true.
do that for Pandora Hearts,
What
huh?
are you talking about,
Huh?
Ari?
Can't we just read it for Emily and Break?
Can't we read it for Emily and Break?
I can read
It's
it.
so hard
Develop an
for a girl to
I can read it
ask
for one of them.
fandom for Emily and Break.
We love Kevin in this house.
Is that so hard for a girl to ask for?
We-
I mean, I'm not asking for a
Wouldst
decapitated
doth
head like some
thou
normal girls.
followeth
Rufus has
Kevin's
answered the chat.
and breaketh
Okay.
whomst of
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that was the other detail too. Now that I mentioned Rufus, I guess the journal that we read, that also got retconned. Everything about that journal was a lie, and they were speaking in doublespeak to reveal the truth of what happened to Rufus in the future, I guess.
Imagine believing a journal.
Yeah, obviously.
Literally, this is how Mochizuki
Listen.
looked me
Journals
dead in
are
the
filled
eye.
with lies.
Just looked me straight, like, why? Why'd you do this? Why? Why?
You say that. For some reason, I've completely forgotten that.
Because I'm just like,
Listen,
you could just say that they recorded something that they thought happened, but they got it wrong. Not that they were like being told to write it. They were being tricked to write this fake journal, and they were like trying to sneak in a cipher into it. What? I don't know. Yeah. What were you gonna say, Ari?
I love unreliable narrators. I love narrators that don't understand the events around them. I love narrators that are just straight up lying to you. I love narrators that are straight up lying to you and they don't even realize it because that's how entrenched in their own lies they are. Love all that. That's not what Pandora Hearts is, though.
There's
Except
unreliable
for
narrator.
sometimes when it is.
There's
There's also the bit with
Yeah.
the fucking the
With,
Inkies.
yeah, with Elliot.
Yeah.
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 The like triple Uno reverse of whether or not he was a headhunter. And like just straight up lying to the audience and then being like, oh, but actually this is what you really didn't see.
Yeah, I still remember them trying the bit where it's like, he checks his chest when he's by himself to see if he has the whatever it's called.
I hate that scene. I hate that.
And it's like, oh, he doesn't see it, and then we see it that he did see it in the flashback thing, but like the Humpty Dumpty was making him forget it. Ooh.
Literally, like what? 5 chapters later, like barely any time had passed. It's like, what's the point of this? Like, you could have just not done. Anyway, Aztec, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So. Aztec, what are your current thoughts on Pandora Hearts? Either like what your thoughts are in the future, if your thoughts have changed the past. Like what are you thinking right now? How are you feeling about the series?
Well, I'm enjoying the aesthetic, and the character-to-character interactions are fun. Everything moment to moment is great. But honestly, since the end of Volume 16, I just think the story's bad. The story's just fucking bad.
Damn. Well, damn. Listen, we got some time to redeem it. We got some time. Don't worry.
It genuinely feels
It'll
like it
turn
has
around.
wasted 2 months of reading.
Listen, Mochizuki will take this arc next week, throw it on the ground again, and just pick up the old toy again. All right, it'll be fine.
No, hang on. She can turn it around. It's like Girl's Last Toy.
That's
the
true.
last
That
2
is true.
volumes. We promise.
That is true. The Girl's Last Tour was pretty good with that.
It's like Rose and Maiden. Things will happen surely this time.
Yeah, just read the sequel. Yeah.
Like if it had
fucking
even just
cowards.
been like a twist, that'd have been fine. But nah, it's just completely no. Actually, everything we ever told you is just completely wrong.
Were you trying to
Gaslighting.
piece together what happened based on the clues that I gave you? Good luck with that. I don't even know what my answer was supposed to be anymore. We just changed it all. Listen.
I was desperately trying to figure out all of the plot points, and Mochizuki just eating the chess pieces.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anything else, Aztec?
Nah, that's my thoughts. I'm here, but I'm no longer excited for this series.
Okay, all right. So again, I think I mostly have stated my general thoughts. I'll just say again that the main thing that I do really still enjoy about the series is its thematic focus, how we handle the themes of trauma and incorporate it into this more interesting action story with a little drama mixed in. But the mystery element of things, you're losing me on it with that. Yeah, when you do the twists like that, where it's not even really a twist, it's just everything you were told is just not even close to what happened. It's like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do with that? I guess, I can really appreciate the art and the aesthetics of what's going on. I can really appreciate a lot of the characters, what we were doing with the characters, but now we have flipped several of the characters in a way that does not feel satisfying. It doesn't necessarily make me hate them yet, but it feels unsatisfying in a way. But it could always change, my opinion on these things. We do still have time. I will not, sit here and say that I hate the series now, or whatever. I'll just say we're doing quirky little Mochizuki writing things, and next week we'll probably do more quirky Mochizuki writing things, and then for all I know, we'll be doing some other arc or a random tea party where everybody's happy, or another arm wrestling event with Uncle Oscar, or some other relative that we haven't heard about in a while. Maybe we just bring in Oz's
finally,
dad.
the witch's tea party.
Oz's dad just shows up and he's just a chill member of the cast now. We don't explain why. Mochizuki would do something like that. It's just a thing.
I know it's not your desk, but it sounds
Cap,
like
you're
it.
gonna
Oh,
upload-
I
you're
see
gonna
it.
upload
I
this
see
picture
it.
to
I
the-
see
to
it.
the
I'm
stream
doing it.
right
I'm doing
now.
it. I'm doing it. Chill. I see it. I see it. This is Soul. Thank you for the contribution, Soul. I'm also gonna pin this. We're gonna pin this. I gotta get better at pinning memes. Where's the? Can I not pin? Oh, here it is. Pin message. There we go. Jun Mochizuki, who keeps eating the plot threads after every volume. Listen.
And he's so smug about it. He knows what he's done. He's happy about it. He's eating the plot threads and he's laughing.
Wait, I forget. What gender is Mochizuki? Mochizuki is a woman, right?
Yeah, she's a
Okay. But the dog, I don't know what the dog is, but the dog is looking at you just like, yeah.
Dog is
dog
dog.
is evil.
Yeah, it's
Dog is
tasty.
evil.
The dog is
No,
Levi.
the dog's name is Levi.
Thanks, Levi.
Okay. Yep, I gotta admit, every time I hear Levi, I'm just thinking of Attack on Titan.
That is true. That is the only other Levi I know. So, did Levi become evil? I don't even remember.
I don't.
Half the cast of Attack on Titan became evil towards the end, in a way, but that was a whole different thing. Anyways, those are my thoughts on Pandora Hearts in general. Again, I don't hate the series. I just feel like we're doing quirky things, and I need Mochizuki to lock the fuck in instead of doing a quirky thing. And then it would be enhanced a lot more, but you clearly have something to be able to create these characters and have them have interesting stories with them. I just need you to not abandon those interesting stories as soon as you establish them. I need you to lock in on that for a while. Take your time with some of them. Don't throw them on the ground afterwards. Yeah, so that's my thoughts. Next up, Shino, what were your thoughts on the series currently, or future thoughts, or whatever? What are you thinking about Pandora Hearts? What's your thoughts?
I think I would disagree with most of the stuff that's been said so far. So of course,
Ooh.
I love this series and like that. But personally, I don't really have an issue with any of the twist or mystery that's going on. Like, I feel like the Oz rabbit reveal is great. Like, Jack always seemed a little sketchy to me, so it's like whatever. Like, I know that he was in it all along. Though of course I also read it before, so I kind of
That
like
is
knew
true.
previously during this read through. I think also though, like, I don't really read mysteries to try to solve them, so I think the fact that I'm just here for the ride like also contributed to that. But to me, I feel like the twist generally made sense within the established setting, because I guess like everything that was like, oh, actually it's not true, is stuff that's told to you by other people rather than like shown to you. So it's like, the unreliable narrator thing. And I generally feel like we're still progressing through the main plot in like a normal way, because I guess the main plot is still like find Alice's memories, uncover the truth, which we are doing. And then like once this truth is uncovered, like it's like TBD, like, like the transition between the initial goal into the, I guess, like the end stretch of the story. And everything else is like side like subplots that are fun, but we're done with you after we've milked what we want out of it. So having a lot of fun rereading Pandora Hearts, good stuff.
And hey, that's all valid. Again, especially if you're approaching this differently than some of us, where like some of us are trying to like solve the mystery and you're just there for the ride or whatever. It's understandable to have the views that you have about it. It's a valid way to consume these kind of things, So that's all makes sense to me for how you view it like that. So absolutely, if that's how you view it, perfectly fine. Anything else?
Interesting.
Oh,
It is interesting to see like some the differences of how some authors approach constructing mysteries, because I was reading a quote unquote new Poirot novel that basically the Christie estate had commissioned this British author to write new books using Poirot because money. And the way Christie writes mysteries is very clue based, very much like you will find all these initial clues and then you'll find lead up to it later on, and then you'll be able to piece together how they all fit together. But the new author, whose name I don't remember because it's not important because they just build all these with Agatha Christie huge on the file. Anyway, her take on mysteries was, like you mentioned, very word based. There was very few clues actually given as physical evidence. It was all based around what people said and how people reacted to things. It was a very much a verbal way of constructing a mystery. And in a way that is kind of how I see Mochizuki's writing, is very much based on people's accounts, how people reflect on things and such. It's just a different way of approaching how mysteries are constructed.
Okay. Yeah, that yeah. It is really interesting to look at the different ways that they're constructed. Like I had said, Monogatari is also another case of like the way it structures the mysteries of like its arcs are interesting things, because then they can also spawn off additional mysteries based on like one line that they said, but like how he layers on some of like the supernatural mysteries of like thematically what's going on. A lot of it feels thought out a lot, and then others it feels like he started with an initial interesting weird scenario of something, and then he just builds upon it with the characters interacting before we get to a reveal towards that, which is more so thematically important towards the characters themselves, and like the mystery aspect of it is interesting too, but it's like more so focused on that thematic impact of it. And then you'll just have like the traditional murder mystery kind of writings and the different ways that you can approach that. It's one mystery story is not you know, there's no typical formula for it. There's a lot of different ways to tell them, and they can all serve different purposes. Some of them are more so like puzzles that the reader can also try to solve, and others are more so like a weird what's that one Apple TV series, like that weird thing, Severance, yeah, like that's like a weird, interesting kind of mystery where you can sort of try to like piece together what's happening, but like you might not necessarily, and in some cases like Twin Peaks, like the point is that you're not necessarily supposed to figure out the answers. You know, all sorts of different ways that these can be represented, and it's all interesting to think about how they are done, which made Umineko very interesting in the fact that it was like trying to like break down these structures when it came towards more traditional murder mystery writings, and like breaking through all the tropes related to that kind of stuff, you know. So interesting, very interesting.
Which, side note, is also funny because a lot of us consider Umineko to be like kind of groundbreaking for that, but like even old mystery novels were already deconstructing mystery novels.
Yeah.
Because you've got Christie who deconstructs them with people mostly quipping about like mystery writers and how their audiences react to stuff. But then you've got when you go back to Sherlock Holmes, you've got him quipping about Monsieur Lecole, however you pronounce it. The French detective that was written in like the 1800s.
Yep.
So it's not a new thing. Anyway, completely unrelated to Pandora Hearts.
Umineko gets the big focus of that kind of thing just because it focused on that as the core of its thing for a very, very long time. Like all of it was encompassing that, which is why it kind of gets more of it, but it's definitely not the first to do it. And certainly not the last.
Mysteries are cool.
I think Umineko also just gets the nod for doing it well.
Yeah, that's true too, yeah. Anyways, yeah, Pandora Hearts, it is doing mystery things to varying degrees of reception from us. Is how we'll word it. Anyways, Sheena, did you have any other thoughts you wanted to share before we move on to the next person here?
Nope.
All right, sounds good. Shadow, what are you thinking about?
Girls are cute, and that's it.
That is true. What did you think of Miranda this week?
She's so real for this.
And Alice.
Yeah, what do you think of Miranda?
I feel like she's okay. Like, if she has to decapitate someone, I'd rather it be a cute girl. But you know, like sometimes women just have bad taste, so.
It happens. It happens. Thank you, Shido. Shadow, what are you thinking about Pandora Hearts right now?
All right, look, I need to be done with you. Ask me in 3 weeks when I'm no longer exhausted. Fuck, we're done in 3 weeks.
All right. Yeah, that's true. We are done in 3 weeks. Are we done in 3 weeks?
No.
This goes to like...
Yeah, just about. It's about 6 more volumes.
We end the same day I finish my semester.
Oh,
19, 20,
okay.
21, 22, 23, 24.
Partying for what?
We're celebrating. You're
For
graduating.
You, silly.
Yeah, obviously. Duh.
I'm not done yet though.
What do you mean?
Oh
You just
my
said you're
God.
done. Are you done or are you not done?
We're gonna party.
Well, I still
Come
like
on,
an
man.
internship. I'm not done.
Okay, but you're done with school is what you're trying to say.
For like a week.
Wait. So are you done with school or not?
No.
You know an internship is not school, right?
Well,
Never
they're
ends.
part of it.
Well, but
Shadow,
okay.
what did you think of these volumes?
You said ask him in 3 weeks. He's trying to say he has no thoughts right now. Head empty is what you're trying to say, right?
I can't. I'm exhausted already.
Do you enjoy the series still? Yes or no?
I don't know. Look, I'm going to see what happens next.
Ask in 3 weeks.
You don't have to go just based on what we're saying or whatever. Okay, there's no wrong answer. Okay, you can enjoy the series if you have been enjoying the series. You are allowed. Okay, Shino is allowed to enjoy the series. Okay, and you are also
I'm
allowed to
enjoying
enjoy
it
the
too.
series.
I just.
You're a hater. We understand. Now,
Shadow, do you like
With
Jack?
can be seen.
Do you like Lacey?
I think Jack's fine. I think Lacey's fine. I don't know.
Okay, there we go.
it's a very non-answer, but I'll accept it because they seem like very non-characters in a way.
Very well-adjusted characters, very normal.
Yeah, but like,
Very mindful, very
Jack for me right now. I'll just say it, okay? Jack for me right now, especially after the twist stuff, he's just bad MacGuffin guy. He's just like, okay, I'm now going to explain how we're going to end the world, and I'm going to do the big betrayal, but then also I'm literally not going to be involved with this anymore. I don't know if we're actually going to see him at all after this week, honestly. I believe we just got the backstory about him. Now we're going to move on from that. Mochizuki's going to put down Jack.
All over eyes, and there he goes.
Mochizuki's going to throw Jack away until we get towards the end where we have to have like some kind of reconciliation between Oz and Jack. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, a lot of things can happen, but yeah. All right, so anyways, anything else, Shadow?
No.
All right, sweet. All right, Baguetti, what are you thinking about Pandora Hearts?
I think the direction that Pandora Hearts is going in is back on my bookshelf. And that's how I think about it.
Because we'll be done in 3 weeks, right?
Yeah. Thumbs up. 10 out of 10. Pandora Hearts.
Emily out of 10.
I'm just imagining you putting
10 Emily's out of 10.
I'm just imagining you putting it back on the bookshelf, but like you put it so that you can't see the spine that says the series. So you're just like, all right, never thinking about that again.
Wait, Spaghetti. I'm gonna give this a 5 Emily's and a 2 Kevins and
Out of 10.
All right.
Yes. Exactly.
Anything else, Spaghetti?
Not for me.
Okay.
Spaghetti signing out.
What did
Okay, bye.
What does Emily think about Pandora Hearts?
Emily still really wants a Pop-Tart.
You know what? That's fair. I also want a Pop-Tart. I think we should all have Pop-Tarts to celebrate Shadow finishing school. That's what I think.
That's a good
we
plan.
can't have them until 3 weeks from now.
But unfortunately, he seems to think he's not finishing school in 3 weeks. So I don't. I'm gonna have the Pop-Tarts in front of me, and I'm gonna be like, oh, do I get to eat it? No, yeah, no. I'm not gonna know. I'm not gonna know.
You're just gonna sit at your desk staring at a box of Pop-Tarts for 3 weeks straight.
No, you're gonna wait another 4 months. Sorry, chap.
It's Schrodinger's graduation, okay? You just don't know whether or not you finished or not. It's fine.
We can't know if he's graduated until we open the Pop-Tarts.
That is true. Anyways.
So what does the moth think about Pandora?
Oh yeah,
the moth has not shown up again. I don't know where he went. I think he got tired of the series. I think he got tired of the series, honestly. I think that's why he just left.
You.
Oh my god, it's...
Hey, Chef. Who's
it's a chain.
behind your VTuber?
What about my VTuber?
Who's that
What if the
behind
moth
your
is your
VTuber?
chain?
Oh my god. Teleports behind you. Alright. I think that's all we have for this week with the discussions, unless anybody has anything else that they want to bring up that they're remembering. Hearing nothing, I guess we will just wrap this up for this week. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming to listen to another week of the Anime Book Club. We'll be back here next week at the same time, every Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. We'll be discussing volumes 19 and 20. Friday, I will be planning to do the finale of Death Stranding on stream. So that stream will be happening tomorrow. And then Saturday, we will be finishing the first season of Familiar of Zero. We'll be watching episodes 7 to 13. I believe there's 13 episodes, so we'll be watching those. So we'll be finishing that.
You said that, but then immediately I thought ReZero for some reason. I feel like a dumbass.
We are not watching ReZero. We have not read that manga, so we are not watching that for book club at least. ReZero is good though. You should, if you're listening, you should check out
10 years
ReZero.
from now.
Anyways, so that's the plan with those. We're gonna be finishing up Familiar Zero this weekend, and then next Saturday we're gonna be starting Girls Last Tour, and then once that's done, we're gonna start the Sailor Moon arc of things. So that'll be interesting. Or maybe we should, by the time we get to there, we might be
We
close
just
to,
do Potato Hearts.
I mean, we for a second I thought I heard you say Potato Hearts, and I had imagined a very different series and or a bonus meme. So Potato Hearts would be interesting. Anyways, afterwards we might just do Pandora Hearts if it's not a long series before we jump into the Sailor Moon stuff, or
It's
not.
24 episodes, I think.
I think my concern with doing that is just because afterwards, when we're done with Pandora Hearts, we're going to be starting Bloom Into You, which I don't think is a long series. So then we'll also have that, and eventually
25
we're
episodes.
just not going to get into Sailor Moon at that rate. So if we just keep adding on the series that we just finished because it's shorter than Sailor Moon, we're never going to get to Sailor Moon. So eventually we might just say we're going to...
No.
Eventually, we might just say we're gonna watch a chunk of Sailor Moon, and then we'll jump to another thing in between, and then go back to it because we gotta make progress on Sailor Moon. Okay, we gotta make progress on it. All right.
We should watch Sailor Moon as a 48-hour stream.
Yeah, we'll get right on that. I know I
would
could
be kinda
handle it.
That would take much longer than 48 hours.
No one.
I guess if you're just doing the first season.
How many episodes is the first season of Sailor Moon? Is it like
46.
46? Yeah, and a typical
48
season
years.
of like 12 episodes takes like 5 hours. So
And the
you could
movies.
probably
Don't
do it.
forget the movies.
Oh my god, the movies.
Well, the movies go in between seasons.
Oh, okay.
Forget the movies.
Anyways, bring your popcorn for 48 hours straight of that. Anyways, yeah, so that's the plan of things. Death Stranding finale stream tomorrow. Ending of Familiar of Zero Season 1 Saturday. Next Thursday, we're going to be doing more Pandora Hearts Volumes 19 and 20. And then that Saturday, we're going to be doing Girls Last Tour. This is the plan of things that are coming up. So if you're interested in those, check those out. You can make sure you're following on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. Okay, go on to wolfborg.com, find all my links and things, click them all, press every button that you can find, just all of them. Just press everything that you can see. And also, if you are interested in becoming a part of the book club, whether as part of the stream here in the live discussions or just talk with us in the Discord chat, come join the Discord, discord.wolfborg.com. Grab yourself the anime book club role. You can become a part of the club and post some memes in the chat or your theories and discussions in the spoiler chat. We have a fun time there, okay? And you can be a part of the votes whenever we do those in the future, which we're going to be getting to soon once we're done with Bloom Into You. Because we pre-planned several series in a row for this, and now once we're done with Bloom Into You, we're gonna begin the voting process. So start thinking for that. I say that, but it's still gonna take us a while. Yeah, we're gonna be reading all of Bleach. Listen, Vinland Saga ended. Okay, so that's on the table. We can read all of Vinland Saga, and I absolutely will be putting it on one of the votes in the future. I don't know if I'll do the immediate one because I don't know if it's translated yet. It's also a Kodansha thing, so it might be a while before it is. Did you know the Land of the Lustrous finale, I don't think has actually been finished its English translation yet? I pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered it. I haven't gotten it yet, so I assume they didn't finish it yet. They didn't finish the English translation yet. I don't know if they ever updated for the K-Manga app, but they just didn't finish that yet. But it's listed on Amazon. I pre-ordered it, so eventually I'm gonna get that. But it's just not done yet, which is wild to me. But yeah. Anyways, thanks so much everybody for stopping by. Let's go raid somebody here. Let me see who's online. We'll send you guys away. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Let's say hi to somebody, okay? Let's say hi to... let's go say hi to Kine. No, not say Kine. It's playing Uma Musume. Go say hi. It's time for the horse girls. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Goodbye, gamers. Stay safe,
Bye.
gamers. Wait, hold on. I cannot raid them. They are raiding out. Damn it. Hold on.
Gosh.
We're going to somebody else.
Signing out.
God damn
Of
it.
course.
As soon as I was about to, he immediately started raiding somebody else.
Time.
God damn it.
Absolutely incredible work.
God damn it. Alright, wait. Somebody else is doing Horse Girls. Magical Momoka is doing Horse Girls. Okay, go say hi. We're doing Horse Girls. Wait, which horse is she running? Oh, is that McQueen? It's McQueen! Go say hi and root for McQueen. Goodbye, gamers.
Ciao.
Bye-bye, Kerchow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.